So I had a joke ready, but Michael didn't like it. So I guess we're just going back to, hey, welcome to AstraRunners. This is a D&D Advanced Stage podcast slash actual play stream. I'm Pablo the Voice, aka a DM for y'all laymen. We are joined, as usual, by our Wednesday cast and crew. Let's start with Michael. Who you playing? Who are you? How you doing?
Wait, are we still okay? Well, I'm pretty sure if you've watched this far, you know my character is Maze.
We're gonna do it every fucking time.
No, we're not. That's no one does that. That's really weird.
Okay, so what do we do now? We just start the game? All right, start.
No. We do. I wrote a script.
Here's what we're gonna. I'm just gonna say. Okay, we have Michael playing Maze, our resident rogue. We have Jiwei playing Kyachi, our resident kobold. We have Hawthorne playing. I was gonna say Shield 23, but no, that's not it. Shield 23.
Characters combined.
No. Safeguard, and he's gonna be playing our cleric, and we have 23 who is playing our monk. Let's start with a recap. Everybody roll, and whoever is the lowest is gonna be, of course, the one recapping through the eyes of their character.
Is the link to Foundry up yet, or no?
It should be.
No, we're in.
Yeah.
It's
All right, let me see.
Wait, why can't I roll d20?
Haha.
Wait, why can't I roll d20?
I have a 0 in.
I don't know. Maybe it's the same thing that Kyachi had last week.
No, I just didn't know how to fucking write that thing in. I was an idiot.
I'll just do a check. I guess like a strength check.
Yeah, whatever is a 0 for you.
In.
I got a 15.
15.
Because you get a +1 to my strength.
All right, waiting on 23's roll.
Yeah, give me a sec.
I think I'm gonna do the recap again.
And I am sticking with that, by the way. If this entire campaign is through the eyes of Kyachi, then that's just how it is.
It's great, dude.
Slash roll d20,
no.
yeah?
Yeah, just
Right?
slash roll
d20?
space 1d20.
1d20. Tripping.
Oh, 1d20. Oops, that's probably why.
18.
All right, take it away, our resident historian, Kyachi. What happened last week?
So, last week, when we left our heroes, we were trying to find a gnome or someone to get our collars off. So, we were walking around, and we saw from our computers a little shop. So we walk around, try and find it, and y'all learn that Kyachi is a bit of a racist. He doesn't like gnomes.
Same time,
and he doesn't like Maze either.
We are chill. There are a lot of bros in chat.
Then we find the place, right? There's an old gnome. He was cool. He doesn't like Maze was very rude. Safeguard was great. 23 was very charismatic. Rude. And he's basically like, well, there's this guy, another Warforged, who owes me money. He took some materials from me, this DJ, some sound stuff, and then like I need it back, or I need the money back. So we follow him. We go and find the place where he was playing, and the music was pretty good. I failed to steal a blaster because I was too short, and then Maze got hit on by a few girls because her tattoo was interesting.
That never happened.
And 23 was dancing up a storm. It was great. And then Safeguard loved the Warforged music. Apparently, he vibed really well with it. Then 23 found the DJ, got him to come to the back in the alley, and it took a little bit, but after some threatening from Maze waving her gun, he decided to come with us unconsciously, and
saving the day once again.
It made our lives a lot harder. Anyways, so we get back to the place. The gnome was like, "Why are you bringing me here?" And then we're like, "To make an example." And he's like, "Oh yeah, that's a good idea." So he was like, "I'm gonna take off your back." Then 23 was like, "No, I don't like mutilation. This is not okay." So he tried to push him out the door, and they were like, "Hey, how about you just, I don't know, be a slave?" And he's like, yeah, that's better than losing my back. And then he lost his legs. And but he met a really cool girl. She is a human who could disable the magic from our collars. And but we need to go do a job first to get some money to be able to pay that. And we got some more leads on who can possibly take off our collars. Apparently, the collar has 2 steps, 1 gnome and 1 dwarf. So I think we're gonna be on this planet for a little bit.
Hey, I just want to comment that I can
No,
tell
you don't.
Ziwei is
You don't get to
really good at
come and
role
eat
playing
me.
right now
This is my point of view.
because I'm already annoyed before the session even starts.
Okay.
You're in character now, aren't you?
Last note before any of this is going to be what's called finalized. Daladega, the gnome that you guys did talk to, the artificer, not Daladega, excuse me, Krima, the human lady that is your point of contact, the one who's trying to get your collars off, or at least trying to get some of your magical limiters off, did send you the information for 2 ways to earn money in the underground. One is with a Lakatha named Kolog, which might be doing some very, I mean, they're all morally questionable things. But basically, it was intimated that Kolog is going to make you guys kill somebody. And the other option that you had was for a tabaxi named Rex, who, from context clues of what an acquisitor is, would probably make you steal something. You guys got those coordinates. You are heading towards your safely stashed away spaceship.
Also,
and when
Pablo,
you get there, yes.
along that entire way, me and 23 were arguing about the moralities of killing people, and then we get to what you're about to say.
Oh yes, and while you guys are
That
talking
could be
about killing
too.
people, you guys get to your spaceship, which killed somebody. And now y'all are just in the empty warehouse looking at the dead, lifeless body that with the blood oozing of a lizard folk bum who, I don't know, was apparently trying to jack your ship. Your Modron guards are just kind of just poking at it with their sticks still.
I immediately run up to check its pulse.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
As they see you running up, the
Do I roll
Modrons.
medicine?
You can check the pulse. It's not there. The Modrons give way and immediately just stand at attention once they see not 23 safeguard.
I run up too.
I
More of a
s-
slight jog.
I slowly, like, briskly walk behind them, looking at it with my hand on my head, like,
So he's gone, right?
Oh yeah, he's a goner.
bring it onto the ship.
I check its pockets to see if there's anything useful.
Why would we
There's-
bring it onto the ship?
There's a dead body outside of our ship. Does that not look suspicious to you?
I think we should bury him.
Bury him. Where do we have time to do that? Bring him onto the ship and we'll get rid of it later.
Mace, didn't you say there was some sort of like an incinerator?
Yes, there is. A matter decompobulator. Oh, I think that's what Peticus said or whatever.
We don't know what kind of burial rituals lizard men have. That could be like the best way to send them off.
So a cremation, then. I'm not necessarily against that. But surely we have to find a way for this ship to disarm people without killing them. I pick up the lizard man.
Okay.
I-
While you were searching its pockets, Kyachi did find some local creds. So, a little bit of an aside. Local creds are worth something on whatever planet that you are that you're visiting. They're basically the equivalent of coppers. The napta creds are about. Well, we'll get to that later. I'm still not sure, but the local credits are basically just like trash money. You got some spare change off of them.
And
Just
is there a
worth it.
conversion rate from that local trash money to real money?
Yeah, there is. It's
Okay.
10. It's 10 to 10. It's the same old. So if you have 10, you basically have $1 in either ITA credits or NAPTA credits. I'm just not sure which one I'm going to be making the bigger one. Probably
Sure.
going to be the NAPTA credits because that's accessible everywhere.
Okay.
And did we say we needed 100 for Krima to take my magical limiters off? That was the number, right?
Yeah. That sounds
Yeah.
about right. Yeah.
And
And
if
I
you
did
look
say
under your
NAPTA,
hood.
so we'll say that the NAPTA credits are the highest rate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kachi, could you please
Alright.
bring the body onto the ship?
I'm already doing that.
Okay. I look at the little
Yes, yes.
Modron guys. I'm like, oh, aren't these little cute things?
As they see you taking the body up to the ship, they not suddenly, they start marching back towards the ship itself, and you see just there are a lot of patterns on the Modron ship. One of them's are some of them are just like concentric circles. It opens up, and then you see some of them start shooting up into those tubes.
So I know how they come out and come in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Makes
Do I
sense.
see that too? Like where
Yeah,
that opening is?
they're not hiding it from you.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Okay.
Mhm.
So does everybody just get on the ship?
I take a quick look around the ship just to make sure nothing else is in the area. Actually,
No.
I go for a jog.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, while Maze is going for her jog, as we walk on, Safeguard says, "Go ahead."
I
No,
also
like-
tell everyone, I'm gonna go for a little stroll. I'll be back later.
You do know that our collars would blow up if you get too far, right?
I'll stay within. Well, I understand the basic range of where we are based on our old mining expedition, so I'll try to stay within range. Obviously, my life is worth a lot, so I'm not gonna kill myself if that's what you're asking, Kaji.
He said it was like an asteroid. An asteroid's length was how far you needed to go. So unless Mace can run that far, I think we'll be fine.
Well,
I know there's some pretty small asteroids out there.
The asteroid that you guys were on wasn't at least half the size of the city. I mean, you guys didn't have like a really good view when you were in the ship, but it's bigger than the city at least, or not bigger than the city. At least you guys are going to be able to get away from each other more than a couple of blocks.
see,
If you're worried
that-
about it, you could always accompany her. That's what I say to Kashi.
No, we will
I
all have
leave.
to accompany her.
I think it'll be fine, I say as I continue going onto the ship.
Did anyone else hear that disembodied voice say that the city was an asteroid length? No? Huh.
I'm like holding his feet as 23 has him under the arms, just helping him carry him onto the ship.
Yeah, that's it. No?
Okay. All right. So we're gonna get back to Maze in a second. Let's get back to the ship because that's where most of the action is happening, or at least from what the planned action is happening. As you guys are heading into the ship, Pentavis, now Mo4, is looking at you. Greetings and welcome, Captain. I see you've brought food for your biological pets.
Yes.
Not with what? No, Gashi, you aren't going to eat him. No. Where's the incinerator on the ship? We gotta burn this up real fast.
I see you wish to cook the food for your pets before you eat it. I see.
No,
I see.
I want to reduce it to ash.
Yes, this is a burial. Although,
Burial.
Kiachi, are you actually hungry for this person?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, then yes, we're trying to bury this this man.
I see. Well,
Also, why did you kill him?
because I was under the orders to protect the ship.
Oh yeah, Pentavis. Let's add an addendum. So if something comes up to the ship, how's about first you just try and disable them or scare them away, and then if they keep pressing onto the ship, then maybe you can sort of like gradually increase the amount of force you use.
Yes, escalation of force is an important concept when it comes to violence. Let's not bring things to the ultimate level unless we have to.
What's the clothing the hobo lizard men have? Is it super dirty or is it
It's a
somewhat
hobo, so you're a
salvageable?
standard like Gucci, Prada, you know.
Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh no! In the world, that would be the Caraldi line. No, it's rags. It's rags and tatters. At least there's a big overcoat, but it's also very soiled.
Do you think it could be washed and made to look better?
Sure, but it's way too big for you.
Well, no, I'm thinking about 23.
Yeah, sure. It'll still have a lot of tears in it, but you know, it'll be serviceable.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Pentavis now Mo4 says, understood. Updating parameters for lethal force. And the pathway to the incinerator has been illuminated. And
I
you
start
see like
heading back there.
little lights going down. There's a little side next to the hangar where apparently there's a little side room in the hangar where there's the incinerator.
As I get back there, and we're heating up the incinerator, I look towards Safeguard. Safeguard, do you think that Pentavis has a soul, or do you think that Pentavis is more like a common machine? If you had to take a guess.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't really know enough about Modrons to really accurately deduce that, I suppose, but it seems probably more. I mean, I know we Warforged have souls, but I don't know if that's necessarily the case for Pentavis.
You think it would be rude to ask him?
No, I'm sure we could ask him that. He doesn't seem to care that much.
Perhaps I will. As soon as this incinerator was fully charged, I would utter a short prayer, an agnostic prayer, but a prayer all the same. And then we would lay this poor person to rest.
I'll
As
take
you
off
guys,
anything useful first.
okay, so
Sure, he's
basically,
them.
so well, we're asking if Kyachi stripped him clean of all the clothes, and if you guys are just
starts
tossing.
eating it.
Yeah, just anything that can be used temporarily, like definitely the coat. And if there's like shoes or wrappings or any small trinkets that he has on them.
He didn't have any shoes. He was basically going barefoot, but that's not so bad for a lizard folk. You got all of his money, and there's some food that he does have. It's all like moldy fast food. Not moldy. It's just really squished.
Okay.
Other than that, there's not anything worth mentioning. It is a little bit strange though, because while it seemed like it was going to be a normal incinerator, it's just a chute, and when you slide the body inside, there's this white light that surrounds it, and it seems to just disappear, like disintegrate in like little motes of light.
Cool.
Oh.
I look at Safeguard. Was the body teleported somewhere?
He's with God now.
Did we feel heat?
Yeah, you do. You feel some kind of heat.
I have no idea about that. I'm pretty sure he was just instantly incinerated, but it definitely seems like the Modrons have a more advanced technology than a lot of people are used to dealing with, especially judging from how people here have reacted to us having the ship.
I'm looking like super confused. Like I'm like half have my head in there. Manor can't be destroyed. Something must be remaining. I was like, I don't crawl in because that'd be dumb, but I'm like very like, I mean, this seems impossible to me.
It as you crawl in, you're very surprised to feel that it's cold.
It's not even hot inside.
Really?
I kind of scramble up and I also stick my head inside.
All right,
that is amazing.
Yeah, it's still pretty cold inside.
Someone actually turns on the MRI.
I eventually kind of dip out, but you know what? I want to roll investigation to see if I can't. I mean, I'm not a technological person at all, but if I can maybe make some kind of heads or tails of it, that'd be nice, because my little bit of education tells me that matter can't be created or destroyed, and so this seems very strange.
I will assist him.
Before we put the body in, by the way, Safeguard would have said like a little prayer in Celestial. He probably would have just like closed the lizard man's eyes and then said something like I don't know.
May the masked lady help you on your way to the other side.
Okay, that's fine. So since Kachi is sort of helping, you can roll advantage on that.
Okay, because that was a shit investigation. Let's do one more.
And then we'll move on from here.
Hey,
That one's better.
All right,
17.
okay.
What
So
do I think it is?
You do notice, like, you don't really know the processes of it, but you do notice that there are some slats, like, in the tunnel. Like, whether or not it got sucked into these slats, at least there's a way that you see that the energy could have maybe been used back into the ship or something. At least there's a place for the stuff to go somewhere.
Oh. It seems like maybe the ship ate him. I mean, that's kind of crazy to say, but as you were saying, Safeguard, Modron technology is a little beyond belief, so perhaps it's in the ship now.
Do they use bodies to power the ship?
As they say, waste not, want not.
I look at 23 for the first time. It's like, I did not expect that from you.
Well, I'm okay, you know. Don't
I'm
get me
just
wrong.
looking at you. Just give you that look. I don't say that
Well,
at all. I just
Okay,
like,
when you
look
say that,
past-
I look down at you and I'm like, I detest death, but I do understand that there are creatures out there that, you know, must kill to survive. Perhaps
Sounds a
Modrons
bit
are
hypocritical.
in the same vein.
No, I agree with him actually on that because look, it's just a body at a certain point. Whatever made him whoever he was, that's gone. Why
Mhm.
not use what remains to help power the ship?
Exactly.
True.
All right, and as you guys are talking about either matter transference or soul energy or whatever, you do hear Penavis's voice, who again I will say now replies to Mo 4, go, Captain, we are receiving a communique from a Chief Casus of the Planetary Patrol. And that, we move on to Maze.
Yeah, I'm just going for a nice brisk jog to clear my memory. To clear my
Okay.
mind.
All right.
Not do anything suspicious besides scouting the local area, trying to talk to any seedy-looking people to figure out who Kolog or Rex might be. Quick question, Pablo. What time is it right now? What time is it right now in game?
In game, it is starting to be the morning.
Is there a public library? Or a public, like, knowledge center?
Yeah. Let's see. If you're like a couple blocks from here, probably not from where you're at, but roll an investigation.
Sure, I'll roll an investigation.
Because we'll say that you're looking for both Kolog and a public.
No,
like,
I'm looking
knowledge space.
for any seedy individuals that I think are seedy or a public library.
Yeah, no, that's yes. There's more likelihood of you finding a way to get to the public
22.
library than 22. Okay. You do see on one of the bus maps that like shows you the side. There's there's the public park, and there's a library right there. The seedy people who you do see that are mulling about, do you talk to them at all or not? Because they seem to be starting to flee from the sun's rays.
I talk to them. They look like interesting folk, I guess.
Vampires.
I walk up to them. What do they look like?
All right, we'll say for the seedy people, always gnomes. There's always a bunch of gnomes around. But from where you're starting, when you got the very nice roll, there is a very seedy looking tiefling.
Okay, I walk up to them.
Gnomes or tieflings? You gotta
Tiefling.
pick one. The
Tiefling.
Okay, sure.
Hello, friend. I'm new in town. Quite curious for any information you might have. Could you assist me?
Humans, huh? So you're looking for plasmoids?
You have plasmoids?
Yeah. Why would you be coming up to me if you're not looking for plasmoids in this part of town as a human?
I look around for a second with my eyes. Yes,
with
I
your
am
nose.
looking for plasmoids.
Okay, good. How much you want?
How much are you charging for them?
Let's see, a gram. How about 20 ITAs?
20?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, friend. I'm not from around here. Is there a way you could lend it to me or some kind of debt program you might have?
I mean, if you're buying plasmoids, you know how that's not how it
I know.
works.
What about a favor? I'm again, like I said, I'm new around here. I haven't come to the local currency. Anyone you need talking to? I'm quite persuasive, or anything else you might need? I say as I move my bang from my face to show him my tattoo.
Oh, you wanna? I mean, how pretty his face?
Maze is an average-looking Average
Okay, all
looking.
right, average looking. Yeah, okay, I can give you like a quarter of that for a romp. That's fine. I'm
Wait,
alright with that.
excuse no, that's not what I'm talking about.
Then what are you talking about?
I meant a favor, something I could exchange for this. I'm not a common zag.
But I mean, it's money of that. I don't like.
You don't need anyone
like,
roughed up, anything collected, probably information.
I'm
perhaps?
fine. I'm fine, lady. Those are the only two things I kind of want. I mean, look, the sun's coming up. I'm gonna go if you're not gonna get anything from me.
I stare at him for a second. Does he look kind of like, how seedy does he look?
On a scale of 1 to 10, he's like a
Seedy enough
7.
to get with you for the night.
But he does sell drugs though, right?
Yeah, he sells drugs. He sells
Okay.
drugs. He's a dealer.
I'm gonna let him walk away, but I'm gonna follow him.
Roll stealth.
Well, no, I'm not like stealthily. I'm just gonna. Okay, whatever. You are the
Oh,
DM.
no, I mean, like if he's gonna do that, he's gonna call you out on it.
Oof.
Nate.
Okay, you start following him, and he goes, "Hey, lady, look. I mean, I don't know what's going on, but stop it, all right? I just stay where you are for like 5 minutes, or else. I mean, I'm not gonna call the cops, but I know some people I can call that you won't like.
So he's threatening me now.
Yes.
A little bit.
Are
yeah,
we
you
in an
fucking
alley?
weird ass stalker? What are you doing?
Where are we right now? Give me a
You are-
location.
An open street. You are still next to like the not the main highway, but like a street and walking down. He wasn't like ducking into an alley just yet, but you are basically following him for a couple blocks, and he's just like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
So basically, if I let him walk with me standing here, he's gonna disappear, right? I can't follow him or like try to track him.
You can, but I mean, it's gonna be after the fact because like right now he's very aware of you and he's very on guard of where you're at.
How can I insight him to see how how would he respond to violence?
Sure, I would assume poorly, but sure.
Does he have some type of violent kink where if I hit him, he'll respond very positively?
How strong does he look? Basically, is what I'm asking. Like, does he look strong?
You've asked this question so many times. There's a specific skill for that.
Not
here. If you're
Yeah.
sizing him up, like a normal person would, can I take him on? If you're Dale Gribbling it, it would be a very hard fight, and you'd probably not come off very. I mean, maybe you can take him, but it won't be easy.
I bite my lip and I just walk away.
Oh, you just try to shoot him with your gun, dude.
No, we're in an open street. I'm not that stupid, all right?
Okay, so you walk away.
I do make note that there are plasmoids here. I walk back to the ship. But
Well,
actually, go ahead, Pablo. What are you gonna say?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna say with a city that's this technologically advanced, like plasmoids are, you know, they're available. Oh, quick aside to our audience: a plasmoid is something that is used a lot in technology. Like think of like very thin copper or lithium in like batteries and stuff. But in the future, on top of like powering cell phones and junk, it is also highly addictive to humans.
I honestly did not know that, so it's not even.
And
just for
also,
your
it has
audience.
some performance enhancing effects sometimes when you take it.
Right. It is a very good upper.
I see.
I sigh, and I just like, huh. Okay, that's fine. Let me think. Did my group tell me when they were gonna go do whatever they were gonna do, or are they just at the ship, just
We're
chilling?
hanging out. We're friends.
Okay. How far is the library? You said there was a public map, so I know where a library would be, right?
Yeah, you know the route to it. It's a bit of a ways away. It's not like it's still a city. You do also. You're smart. You know that the library isn't going to be open this early in the morning.
What? Library's open? I'm like, okay, sure.
No, they
It
don't,
depends.
dude.
Well, it depends. The library at U of H was open 24 hours, but that's a college, so
Yeah, public library's open at
dude.
like 8 or 9.
No,
Yeah,
they don't. They
it-
open at 10.
I actually don't know. I mean, but look, that's not the craziest thing
That's
in the
fine.
world.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I guess I just ask people if there's a public terminal I can use, or some area where a
Go to a
derelict
LAN party
person
place.
might be able to access something. Like someone with no money.
Well,
like
no
CS
money.
GO
Yeah,
here?
they say, oh yeah, the police station.
That's a dumb idea, Maze. Let's not do that. I head back to the ship.
Okay, all right, you guys. All right, whoop, back to the ship. It's maybe like 10 minutes before all that stuff happened with Maze's tiefling friend. So yes, Pentavis, also known as Mofor, is now talking to you, informing you guys that Chief Kazis is on the line.
Yeah, when he says that, Safeguard just
Oh, that little motherfucker. Okay, what do we want to do?
I can
We're
speak
still in
to him.
business. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. He comes later.
Well, let's just see what he wants first,
Sure.
right? I mean, he
yeah.
might be calling for a specific reason.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Mo4, sure. You can patch him through.
Oh, just the voice or video too?
We'll just do a voice for now.
Okay, your Zoom call goes in and you click not using video. um, so Chief Kazis goes, "Hello there, Captain." What was the name that you gave him? Did you give him a fake name?
You did give him a fake
No.
name. Do you remember it? Yes, you did.
Oh shit!
what did I say? Maze,
Uh-oh.
help.
Roll to
I would
remember.
remember.
If I was there, I
would
could tell you, but
remember.
I'm not.
Look, if he comes up with a blank, I just say, "Hello there. How can we help you?"
Yes, just checking to
use
see
my
how you guys are
conversation,
doing.
so.
If y'all have settled in, because it's been. I don't know how this cloak and dagger things work, but I was just wondering if you could give me that tour anytime soon.
Free to give you the tour. We'll get in contact with you. Unfortunately, we're still on business. Is there anything else that you wanted to speak about?
No, I guess not. That's all. All right. Whenever you guys are ready.
We're as eager to give you the tour as you are to receive it, but unfortunately, now is not the best time. We'll contact you soon.
All right, sounds good. It's a plan.
All right, well then, have a good day.
Mm-hmm. Click.
That was simple enough.
Dude, are you sure
You
he's not
see-
hitting on you?
As that happens, I kind of look towards Kachik and Safeguard. May I ask both of you a question?
Sure.
What is it that you plan to do once you get your collars off? Once your freedom is, essentially back? Any home planets that you're planning on going back to, or family or friends that you left behind? If you don't mind me asking. Kachik, how about you?
Not so much. Just I might go explore with my newfound freedom,
Hey.
and I'll walk away.
What about you, Safeguard?
Very vague.
I think it was Guard 5?
It was
I think
Guard
that
5.
Was the name.
That was the name.
Okay, great. Man, I should really. 1 minute. You see him like making a mental note. Okay, I think, I mean, it's a good question. I'd probably like to see if my creator has anything to say to me. I mean, have I told you why I ended up in prison?
No.
Or,
I was
okay.
hoping to get to know you all better.
Yeah, well, I was on a job smuggling souls, and sort of went south. But I don't know. I probably need to try and reconnect to my syndicate and see where that situation's at. But I've got the feeling they.
Oh no, I was just going to ask where you were taking the souls. I don't know the first thing about soul smuggling. I guess it's something that and I don't mean to offend, but maybe something that Warforged need to do.
Okay.
It's not
Just for a bit of context, you had picked up the souls and you were just returning to the crime planet, and that was the whole mission.
Yeah. No, it's not something that we necessarily need to do. It's sort of like a one and done deal when a Warforged gets a soul. It's not like I need to keep getting more or anything like that. But which is fortunate. But my the syndicate that I was sort of working for had a deal with my creator. He was helping them, well, create, I guess, weapons of war, sort of like me. For their needs, and in exchange, they agreed to give him souls so he could make Warforged. It's his way of worshipping the Dark Dancer. So
When
yeah,
you
they
say
sort of,
weapons of war, like you consider yourself a weapon?
I can be. I you know, I think there's some dubious morality going on there, but I think that's definitely how the people in the Syndicate would see me. That's not necessarily how I see myself.
Do you have any family other than your creator, or is that really your only connection? Are the Syndicate like your family?
Definitely not. No, it's mostly just my creator. I suppose I technically might have siblings, depending on how you'd view Warforged made by the same person for the same sort of a purpose. I mean, I am number 4 after all, so there were at least 3 that came before me, but no, I would want to talk with him and see how he's feeling. And then, I don't know, perhaps I just go my own way. I did fail in my mission, so maybe contacting them at all isn't the best idea. What about you? What's your story?
Well, my story is that I was raised at the temple, along with my other brothers and sisters. All of us were essentially tasked to protect the temple. And we did for many, many years. And eventually the temple was attacked. And I guess you could say, similar to yourself, I failed in my mission and the temple was ransacked. Past that, I wandered around for a while, and I guess I was focused on, well, I wouldn't say revenge, but I just wanted to know what had happened. I don't know who attacked the temple or why they did. And in fact, even though I lived at the temple my entire life, I'm not exactly sure exactly what we were doing there. It was run by a group of Loxodons who were very nice, but they were also very secretive. Well, I had dedicated what was left of my life to trying to figure the mystery out, but then I ran into some people, an organization, maybe you've heard of them, Rogue Wave. They're a group of activists. They were trying to protect some people. There was some type of riot or something going on. I stayed with them for some time and eventually got caught up in what they were trying to do, which was ultimately help people, something that, well, I felt that I had the skills to do. Long story short, within all the chaos, I was arrested during the riot, and then I was taken to the prison. As far as what I'll do after I get the collar off, well, I guess I also don't know. Maybe that's why I was asking, so I could figure out, well, based off what you guys were doing, if it would help me understand what I should do. But I think that going back to your creator is a noble quest, and I'm sure, regardless of the status of the mission, that he would embrace you with open arms. I mean, if he made you, then obviously he has some type of affection towards you. He's your family, so I'm sure it will work out.
I would maybe be a little more doubtful about that. He didn't make me for me. He made me as a sort of. It's weird talking about myself like this. I guess the easiest way to phrase it is he made me as a form of worship. Yeah, so I don't know that he necessarily has any specific sentimental attachment to me, but
I'm sure that's not the case. I used to have a brother who used to like making sandcastles and a sister that used to like destroying them. But my brother said that when it came to his creations, he had to love them because no one else would. It's a special type of bond that creators have with the things that they make. You're master of the craftsman, so okay.
As you guys, as you guys are speaking, you do hear Pentephus. Not Pentephus, but there is like a chime saying that somebody is arriving at your door, and apparently, you know, the security drones aren't waking up by process of deduction. It is Maze returning, unless you weren't returning yet, Maze.
No, I'm returning. But why wouldn't Pentevis just say Maze is returning?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, well, here, no, he just didn't. He just absolutely didn't.
Okay, sure. Nice get into the ship.
Yeah,
we'll continue this conversation another time.
You got permission to come and go in the ship. It's fine.
Works for me. But yeah, interesting stuff to talk about. I mean, well, I'll ask you about Rogue Wave later, but you
Oh,
sound
sure.
like a good sword.
Anytime. When Maze walks in, did you enjoy your jog?
Uh-huh. Learned a lot of nice things. Pentavis, those droids that were here earlier, those little, I don't know what you call them. What do you call them?
The monodrones.
The monodroids, yes. Are those only capable to be worked on near the ship, or would we be able to use those, let's say, in a perimeter outside of the ship?
They have a limited range, and their purpose is to guard the ship. Any task outside of those parameters would be met with high resistance.
So if someone were to attack the ship, they would have to be forced to defend themselves, is what you're saying.
Yes, what I mean, if I gather your intentions correctly, is
My
if you
intentions?
choose to make them do tasks outside of guarding the ship, they would resist you to the most of their abilities.
Pentavis, I don't know what you would think about my intentions. I don't plan to do anything wrong with you or
You
your
seem
ship.
very manipulative.
How would he know that? He's a ship.
As I continue to ascertain the new world that I am living, it seems as though the captain is a part of this biological ruled world. I am ingesting media, and every trope seems to point towards you being a shifty character, Maze. Unless I am mistaken.
Definitely not.
Well, you're not there. I'm talking to him myself, okay? I lean to Pentavis and say,
We're both in the ship, and the ship can like
we're
echo
in the
down.
same room with
Everybody
you.
can hear
20%
it.
high to
okay,
you.
then I don't say anything then to Pentavis. I just wink at him.
Pentavis, can I ask you a question?
Go.
Do you have a soul?
The definition of soul, by your parameters, perhaps.
See, I thought so, honestly. And if that's the case, then you really should value life a little more, including your own, assuming that you don't. Orders are important, but every so once in a while, a creature with a soul must know when to continue following orders and when to break them.
You do not know much of Modron philosophy. Did I laugh at the correct time? Was my attempt at joviality correct?
Yes.
Very good. Very good. Yes.
And of course, you're right, but I would love to learn more whenever you have the time.
If you wish.
I am looking at the command modules and just looking at around. I asked Pentavis, is there a material repair conduit or module around here?
Yes, though it only works for Modron.
What does that
items.
mean?
It only works for items created by the ship and made within the ship.
So the ship can make items is what you're saying?
Within limited parameters, yes, we can prefabricate a few material objects.
Could you show me a list of that?
Of course. And it shows you a list. It's all in Modronese.
I look towards Safeguard while they're talking, and I'm like, I think I'm going to get some sleep. We have a big day tomorrow. Good night, everyone. I walk off to the cargo bay, I guess.
As you're saying that, the sun's rising over the,
as many hours as I can get.
Oh, he's role playing. Sure. He's role playing real life, Pablo. I understand.
Okay, all right. Night Owl's here. Got it.
In
schematics, yeah, the things that it's showing you schematics. There are a few weapons. There are a few force weapons. It doesn't seem like this was really made to be a weapons facility.
I shift through it. I obviously translates into universal. I say, Pentavis, what was the ship's primary designation before us?
Transport.
Transport of what?
Modrons.
To where?
I do not understand the question.
Where were you transporting Modrons?
Anywhere Modrons need to be.
That's a very circular way of thinking. I'm more asking what your prime directive was. Where were you last being sent to?
We were not being sent anywhere. We were the ones who were sending things to other places.
I see. I looked through the list. Is there any clothing options?
Yes, they all fit you very poorly. Some of them are for like 5 arms. Some of them are for completely spherical bodies.
But it's better than what we have on right now.
If you wear it, it'll look weird.
I'm gonna try to if he could just make it like that without even like using anything. I'm just gonna ask him to make something, and I'm gonna sew it together or something.
Okay.
Yep.
Are there any weapons that are analogous to like a rapier or a dagger? Like, what's the weapon selection?
Most of it's just maces and spears. This is me going off of what I've seen in the old source books. It's just like all I see for Modrons is like they're carrying spears and like maces and junk.
Okay.
Before I turn in, and I know it's morning, but I don't know if we're leaving right away. However much time we have in between now and where we're going to the Tabaxi. I'm assuming we're going to the Tabaxi. I stop wherever Kachik is. I don't know what he's doing right now.
Fucking just whacking it, dude.
Well, if that's the case, I wouldn't have walked in.
Having some football time to himself.
It's been so long since I've been free.
What is Kachi doing?
He actually walked into one of the storage closets and climbed into the air duct.
Again?
What is weird? What is this creep doing, dude? He's like peeking on the Modrons?
No, it's confined. It's very tough.
Okay, it's comforting for you. All right, well you do that. What else do you do? I guess you see Kyachi's tail poking out of one of the vents.
Do I?
23.
Or is he hiding?
Like that depends. Are you hiding, Kyachi?
A little bit. When he was talking about freedom and family and stuff like that, it kind of rubbed him a little bit of the wrong way. So he's kind of just trying to find some alone time.
I guess I'll just roll investigation. I'm not investigating super hard, but I am technically
fucking
looking
nosy,
for him.
dude. It's like, where'd that little rat
go? Roll perception more than investigation. You're not like using your super brain power.
Sure. No, I'm not. I'm just trying to see if is he around here anywhere? Oh, bad. It's 6.
No, you don't know. He disappeared.
All right. Well, then I'm just gonna take a nap in the cargo bay. I guess I crouch up like a cat, as much as a Leonid can do that.
These fucking furries, dude, just like laying a nest and shit.
So there are some racks there that look like they're like pallets or something. They're the closest thing to a bed here. They're made out of stone and metal, but like it's a flat surface where people won't bother you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Can we do stuff
So-
still over here?
Yeah, we can do like 5 minutes worth of stuff. Well, like one action apiece for 23 and not 23 for safeguard and maze. Let's do safeguard first. All right,
Sure.
safeguard. What you doing?
What time in the morning? Is it like, what are we talking, like 4 a.m.?
No,
Something?
it's starting to be like after Maze's jog and everything. It's like 6:30.
Okay,
Well, I
are we
normally go
gonna
to sleep
get
anyway.
Are we gonna get a point of exhaustion if we don't sleep?
Yes, probably. I mean, like you guys have been running. Oh, you guys have been going through a lot of stressful shit. Actually.
I know.
Yeah,
That's
you
why
will.
I'm
You
like,
will.
why are y'all
We're
laughing at me
sleeping,
that I
bro.
decided to sleep? You're
Maze is
like,
not going to
Yeah,
sleep
yeah,
unless
yeah.
she
Sleeping too,
absolutely
man.
needs to sleep, by the way, just a heads up.
Okay.
Well, whether you're
good.
sleeping or not, you need to like not be doing anything for a little while to not have exhaustion.
Yeah,
fatigue.
well, then I think Safeguard just turns to base and is like,
I hope your jog went well, but it's been a long couple days, so
Has it?
I'm just gonna. I mean, we broke out of a prison. We accosted a Warforged DJ. He knocked himself unconscious, and we made him take a debt of indentured servitude to a gnome artificer.
No. You said a couple of days. It's only been 1 day.
It's 2 now. Like
Has it?
technically, it's been 2. Yeah, because you guys escaped yesterday. You through midnight and a little bit into the early morning did all the job for Deladega, and now it's the dawn of the next day.
Seems like there's something wrong with my... So you're going to get some rest is what you're saying.
Yes. And
he just sits down in the captain's chair and just like freezes.
Don't mind me, by the way. If you hear anything odd, it's just me messing around with the controls and looking at the wiring. Want to make sure we know what we're working with here.
Malfar, don't let her distort the ship, please. But otherwise, that's fine. Good night, Maze.
Good night.
Very well, I shall escalate with varying degrees of force.
As he goes to sleep, I turn to Pentavis. Pentavis, could you show me your core programming?
Safeguard's not asleep, by the way.
That's fine. I don't care. I'm not doing anything I think is suspicious.
Yeah.
Very well.
You think it's suspicious.
And he shows you like just a bunch of X's and O's and zeros and ones again.
Basically, what I'm asking is, how 1-to-1 is this that I can, like, I was a programmer, a hacker. How?
Oh, this is like way beyond what anything you've ever seen. Like when you actually talking about like his AI, he shows you, but it's like wow.
I guess I'll spend time just studying that.
Okay. Well, I'll break it down for you. It's more magical than scientific.
Right, but I'm still gonna spend time to learn about it, just in case
yeah.
it comes up eventually.
You start like in your head making some mental notes about some runes that you see or whatever, like there's some things that pop up. But it very much isn't a science-based thing. This is very much something that you're gonna have to take to a wizard if you want to learn more.
I also ask him one last question. So, are you unable to access the net where we are right now?
Interfacing with biological technology, or at least biological produced technology, is not my forte. We were not meant to. Modrons, in this case, were never meant to interact with your species and your kind.
Okay, I just pace around. Literally, what I'm going to do my entire rest period is just pace back and forth in front of Pentavis and just talk to him.
Okay, well what do you talk to him about?
I just ask him, like, anything. I obviously ask him if he's seen my symbol before anywhere. I ask him, his general, like, demeanor, what happened before this, all of his memories before whatever happened here.
Out of curiosity, and this is just a mechanic thing, I'm not trying to rain on May's parade, but as a human, like, when it comes to long rest, I know you don't technically have to sleep, but does that mean that a human could just get by like an entire thing and never have to sleep?
They should. Like as a DM, I should keep checking.
No, that's what I'm saying. My character is not choosing not to sleep, so you can punish me if you want. But my character, Maze will stay up as long as it needs to, until she like passes out.
Okay. Well, that's honestly gonna be pretty soon because you have been pretty stressed out.
2 days is a lot.
Right, so I'm going to talk to Pentavis for as long as I can until, like, nature takes its toll on me, and I have to pass out.
So
wait, unless you're using uppers, because then you can stay awake.
I don't have any fucking flatboards right now, okay, 23, stop bringing it up!
Maze apparently botched that deal. That was a scuffed deal. So before you, like, unwittingly like sit down and still continue to talk because after the pacing you're like, I'm a little tired, I'm gonna sit down. Basically, Maze just goes, not Maze. Pentavis goes like, yeah, all I did and all my memories were teleporting Modrons and transporting Modrons. That's all I did. That's all that I've ever been made to do. That's for like, it could have been 1,000 years, it could have been one day, but that's all I've ever done.
I guess the two last questions I would ask Pentavis is, A, if I were to show you an organic material or a chemical structure, could you replicate it if I were to give you the materials? And two, is where we're at what you want right now, basically trying to coerce him or like trying to talk to him, see if there's anything else that he might want. Like, is this all you want for yourself as an intelligent being, or is there something else you might want?
So the first question is probably not. He's not discounting that, but everything that you've seen that he's been making is either out of metal or stone. The second question is, yes, I am perfectly content.
Fine. I just keep talking to him until I pass out on the floor in front of him.
Yo, Pablo,
yes.
I just looked it up. The longest that people can go without drugs to stay awake, 4 days.
4
but
days,
it starts to fuck with you after like 2, but 4
Hey.
is about as far as you can go without using any kind of drugs.
I'm still awake, buddy.
Is that with like a lot of physical activity and stress though?
People in war there are anecdotal evidence of people staying up for like 4 days straight in war. Other than that, you have to like go out of your way to be staying up.
Okay.
Would we
Well,
even
good
notice if Maze
trivia.
was like hallucinating or something though?
I'm not hallucinating.
Probably not.
Not yet.
Be like, it's just Maze being Maze.
I'm not
Yeah, no,
hallucinating.
No, I know that. I'm saying if Maze started to hallucinate, I don't know that we'd notice.
A good question and point, but we are at that time. We're going to be taking a 5-minute break. We'll see you back here at the end of the hour.
You're back. 5
Cool.
minutes.
Okay, sorry about that long break, guys. Michael was, I don't know, doing something that cost us 10 minutes. Not really. Let's get back into the adventure. So the only person who can actually control when they become active again would be Safeguard. Safeguard, you only need, was it 4 hours or 6 hours?
It was 6.
6. Okay.
Figured it out eventually.
Do you want do you wanna wake up first, or do you want to just chill in the chair for a little while? Because otherwise, I'm gonna have the biologicals roll off to see who wakes up first.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, he's been listening
Biologicals.
to Maze and her whole conversation with Mo4 the whole time because he can see and hear as normal when he's inert. He just has to be inert. So he's just been listening and trying to take in some information. But
Perfect.
yeah,
lookout.
I mean, he wakes up, but you can have them roll off and see who actually wakes up.
Okay, yeah. Well, just roll off initiative. If I think that's a command in Foundry, right?
Yeah, so to roll initiative, and the top go, well, you would need to start a combat encounter to do that, actually.
Okay, never mind
Maybe
then,
just
never
roll a dex check.
Yeah, just Dex.
Shouldn't it be con? I don't know.
Us? We should roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here, you guys can also agree who you want to wake up first, but I get the feeling y'all are too competitive for that.
Whatever. Should we roll con or dex or our preference?
Constitution.
Con.
Okay, I'm rolling now. 12.
I meant to say Dex,
12.
but whatever.
12.
12. Okay.
20. Maze wakes up.
Well, I mean, I can't hear what Maze is
Maze, we
saying.
can't hear you. Your mic is muted or
I
something.
rise from my slumber like a vampire. She's like, I awaken.
So you did sleep.
I passed out.
Yeah,
Okay.
talking to Mo4. If you wake up, Safeguard just, like, the head just rotates towards you and he just says,
Good morning, Maze.
Wait.
Did you sleep well?
Since I rolled a nat 20, Pablo, can I say once I heard him move his head, I just jolt up?
He
No, I
only
mean,
moved
like,
his head
yeah.
once you moved. He
You wouldn't
established
have
that.
a full. You wouldn't have a full thing of like rest if you do. That's like 6 hours.
I don't care. I don't like people watching me sleep.
Well, either way, it's a little bit. It's around noon. I won't like pin it down the time because you guys are probably gonna fuck around for a couple minutes. But it is around noon now.
Sorry. As I was saying, Vandiviz, a dark sector. What time is it? I wake up. It's like, where am I?
Damn it! All right, you asked. The time is now 12:37.
Oh, how long was I asleep for? Oh.
I am not equipped to monitor biological circadian rhythms.
I see. Thank you, Pentavis. I look around. Oh, you're up as well, Safeguard?
I'm always up, Maze. Yeah, I'm up. How are you doing?
Creepy, but okay. I'm doing fine, I guess. Kind of creeped out that he said that, but not gonna say.
I would
it
offer
loud.
to make. Yeah, I would offer to make lunch, but I don't need to eat, so.
You guys are feeling a little hungry though. For the ones that do need to eat, you like when you wake up, you're like, oh, hungry.
Pentavis, is there a way you could duplicate or replicate organic currency? Not organic currency. Currency, since it is a metal or stone.
No.
Why is that? Why is that?
The currency basis on this planet is data. Any, as you know, any representation of physical monetary units is only just a repository for that data.
I'm sorry. I was asleep for quite a while. What did we last talk about? I feel like I was telling you a great story I found about... I just talk his ear off until someone stops me.
Okay, everybody's awake now. Like, you guys walk in and it's just
Well, if I wake up, I want to meditate in the morning just real quick before I leave.
How
Meditate.
quick is quick? How
Kachi
quick is quick?
meditates?
5 minutes.
It's like
5
a
minutes,
baby
okay.
Yoda moment, dude. Just like flies up. Like, what the hell's going on, dude?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Oh.
do the search for the dragon.
What is that? Is that a thing?
He's gonna call his
Oh,
daddy.
It's still,
So
it's
it's
still
a
Hey,
blocked.
Dad, can you
It's
come
still
pick me up?
blocked. You feel honestly, it feels a bit like being constipated.
Oh, wait. Can he reach out to his dragon elder, like the spider sense, or like the speed force or something?
Because that's
No,
one of
no,
the
no,
that's one of the
it's-
limiters that the prison has put on him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask
Okay.
Pablo. So you know that I essentially have the the persona or the stand kind of monk thing going on. Okay, so depending on whether it's persona or depending on the actual stand in JoJo's, they're either like a separate entity from you, as in they have their own like mind and everything, or they're not. How do you want to play that?
They're not yours.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then I wake up and I head out to the what do you call that? Cop pick, I guess.
The
No,
bridge.
it's the bridge.
The bridge.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kachi, do you do anything after your 5 minutes? Because we got to move along.
No, that's it. After 5 minutes, I walk out.
All right. Okay, you guys are all on the bridge.
Before that happens, as I talk to Mo4, his giant eye, I do see how messed up I look, like since I slept on the ground and drooled on myself. And I go to find a mirror to like fix my appearance as much as possible.
Do modes
There-
have mirrors?
There
No.
there is at least one reflective surface that you can do that on.
I just do that. Like a very quick, not like makeup, it's just like literally just quickly putting my hair back in place and like making sure I don't have drool on my face.
I mean, you don't have any makeup to begin with.
No,
so,
exactly. That's what I'm
yeah.
saying. I'm not. Yes, it's just a brisk cleanup.
Yes.
Safeguard. Do Warforge have to consume anything?
No.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate because I think the rest of us are ready for breakfast. What about you, Kachik?
Yeah, I'm pretty hungry too.
How much local credit did I get?
Local credit, you got around.
He said
So
10.
we're gonna say like a local credit is like $1.
Okay, so
Yeah.
You can get one
Oh, you got
McChicken with
$1.
that.
I have just a way for us to make some money too. We'll do a little street show, make a little bit of money, get something to eat.
Oh, money. Oh, we have to get money.
How about it?
Did
I'd
Okay.
be a little concerned that the people in this part of town wouldn't be that into forking over some money for a street show. I don't think we're in the arts district.
why don't we just go to the jobs? I don't know what we're waiting for. Why are we being common street magicians or whatever?
Oh, I thought you were fixing up your appearance. But if you came back,
I
well,
come
I
back.
just figured, we'd have to go to work on an empty stomach. But if everybody is downvoting the street show, then perhaps we should do that.
Well, didn't Catchy get some local credits from that lizard body we found?
Yes, but that poor man
Yeah, it's
obviously
like
didn't have a lot of
$1.
money himself.
Well, do they know that, or can we assume that we can't buy food with that?
What do you mean? You
Like,
have $10. Like, imagine just having.
Yeah, we can
you're
get
at the
something
table
at
$10.
McZola's.
Oh,
We can go to
$10?
McZola's
Got
and get a
$10?
McZole. Just
okay.
get one McZole, for each of us.
Oh, we'll call them locals. You have 10 locals.
Sure.
Okay.
Yes,
10
can't we
locals.
use that to
We
get
could
some
maybe
food?
do something with that. There might be a there might be a fast food place we could go.
As
We're
long as
okay.
you guys don't buy soda, you should be fine.
It's called Zoda in this world, not soda, Pablo. Jesus. Just has to eat
Whoa,
everything.
alright.
Shut up, you zag!
Are you willing to share,
Alright.
Kachi?
Well, I guess breakfast is on me.
Why, thank
Yeah.
you. So I follow Kachi because
Yeah,
he's straight.
Okay, I don't necessarily believe the money you find on a dead homeless person is technically all yours, since we all found the body, but sure.
He loses
that-
it.
If that's how you want to
Yeah,
establish the rules
I'm-
going
I'm-
forward, Kachi,
I'm
that's fine.
out. I'm out. I'm already walking out. I'm planning to get food for everyone.
But I do say that to SG4 to make sure he hears me say that, as we establish that what finders keepers now. Assuming
No.
that's
No, I think that if we kill people and then we 23, we're gonna try not to. But in the unfortunate event that somebody does happen to bite the dust, I think we should start a sort of communal treasury for all of us as long as we're traveling together.
as he said when he says kill, you can see me behind SG4 say
If I hear that, I'm just like, I'm sure it won't happen nearly as much as everyone thinks that it's going to happen. But let's get something to eat in the meantime.
So is Catchy going out to the street and by himself, or are you guys all going together?
I was assuming they're gonna follow me.
Yeah,
Starts
I'm
just
following him.
rummaging in the trash like a little raccoon. What the fuck's he doing, dude? That's
All right, you guys go out past the alley, and so there's a couple of street food vendors, and there is a fast food joint just like along the way. So
do you want to time skip this? Can we just say that we got something to eat, or do you want to roll through? Okay.
No, dude, I want to pick the
do
food.
whatever you guys want.
Maze is very particular about the food she eats. Okay, it's gonna have a certain amount of protein in it. Okay, perfectly weighted, not too much sugar, not too much salt.
Look, if she doesn't want her McSpicy, I take it. Okay,
I give her $3. So like, you can buy whatever you want. Okay.
He gives me 3 locals. I get the cheapest thing on the menu, and I pocket the rest.
Okay, you buy whatever the equivalent to gnomish fries are. It's basically like worms.
That's fine. I gulp it down.
Catchy just looks at you like, what the fuck?
Look, here's the thing. Do you guys want there to be like an interesting street vendor, or are you?
No, like a local.
We're
What's
going.
the local? I need to know Pablo.
You guys get your food.
What?
There were some interesting street vendors, but you didn't go to any of them.
What is the Wendy's of this universe? I need to know. Okay.
Wendy's, we're talking about is Whataburger, guys.
This is not Space Texas. It's Space Vegas. All right.
Anyway, so you guys are back, and y'all are nomming and munching on whatever the fuck.
So how much was my food? How much could I pocket? Is it 1 local, or how many locals was it?
It was 1 local. I'm not gonna break it down to even less than 1 local apiece.
I pocket 2 locals, dude. Dummy.
Way to go.
Dude.
Breaking the bank.
All right.
Yeah, Safeguard's just gonna look at everyone and say,
So we're going after Rex, the Tabaxi, right?
I thought we were going to Kolag to see what he would offer first. Remember? More options, the better.
That
I
SG4.
remember you saying that you wanted to do that.
Okay, sure. I'll go do that.
Okay. Well, I guess you go ahead and do that, and the rest of us will speak to the Tabaxi.
Look,
Oh, darn. I forgot to ask Pentagus if he could make communications devices. I thought I saw a schematic like that, maybe?
Talladega.
do that?
Look at you.
Talladega told us that we could only work for one or the other, and if we took a job with one, we couldn't take them with the other.
No, that's what I'm saying. If we had a comms device, I could relay you the information I get from Kolag, and we could decide as a group. I look at SG4, which job we want to take.
We already did decide. We all voted on it. It was 3-1.
Well, that's not deciding. That's a dictatorship.
No, that's called democracy.
The definition of it, yeah.
I look at Catchy. All government is dictatorship.
Maybe to you.
I don't know where fucking this what's it
That
called?
me.
Politician fucking kobold. I don't know. So dumb.
If it makes it easier on you, Maze, you could think of it like our little anarchist collective making a decision together for the greater good.
That's not and whatever. I'll go to Kolag and I'll meet up with you later then.
Right. I mean,
Okay.
we can't stop her.
All right. Here's the thing. So, Kolag is very local. Kolag is actually very, very close by. Rex, the Tabaxi, is in. Well, you don't know this, but it is in a way, way, way further part of town. So
could I convince them to stop by Kolag as like a Google stop point and then go to the actual location?
all I'm saying is, you don't know the range of how it will affect you if you guys have one person go to Kolag and one go to Rex. Actually, the only person who knows about the distances would be Maze right now, because that's the only person who's looked at the bus maps since now and the point that y'all are talking.
So can I pinpoint and lie to them and say, hey, Kolag's on the way. We can go talk to him. Actually, it couldn't be a lie. It actually could just be the truth, to be honest.
Yeah,
it could literally just be he's on the way to the Rex. We can go talk to Kolag and just go to Rex.
Well, look, as far as I understand, we brought up the idea of using persuasion rolls on other players, and we decided not to do it. That was a couple turns ago. We made up our mind. We're going across town. You can do what you want.
No, I'm talking to SG4. SG, Kolag is on the way to Rex. Shouldn't we at least stop by and hear him out? We don't have to accept his job. Remember, we did talk about this earlier, and you said you were open to the idea as long as it wasn't too bad and we can handle it.
No, what I said was I was open to the idea of potentially taking a job once I had assurance that I could protect the others, which isn't going to happen until my limiters are off. And
Right.
also, I'd like for Yachi to get his off. And it sounded like whatever Kolag was wanting us to do was going to be dangerous, which means I didn't want to do it until we get 100 Naptocreds, and then I let Krima look at my innards or whatever she wants to do to get Yachi's stuff off.
Well, Pablo, can you remind me, what did you say the Tabaxi job was not going to be dangerous?
There was nothing to indicate that it was going to be not dangerous. All that it was is that it wasn't going to be killing somebody.
Fine. What about this? You don't have to come with me to Kolag. He's on the way there. I'll stop by and catch up with you guys after I talk to him.
Do you have a map of, like, the area?
Yes, I do. I point at my head.
Okay, well, I look around for a bus stop map then or something.
How do you know there's a bus stop map, you metagaming slut?
Dude, we're in a city.
Okay. There is a little map off to there's a bus stop nearby.
Okay.
Talladega told us where they both were, so we could find on the map.
Yeah, it's the address and stuff like that.
Wait, how actually did you communicate that to us? Like it is
no.
an
He gave us
address?
paper. We don't know.
It was Krima that gave you guys the addresses, and she was actually saying like, "Wow, y'all are really fucking broke. I have to write this down." Wow.
What a bunch of pores.
But Maze isn't even lying to us right now. Like, Kolag is pretty.
Yeah, I'm not lying. He literally is on the way there.
But that's what. Here's the thing: we don't want to go to Kolag. I just want to point her out, so it's kind of like, oh, this is where we're going. Okay, we're fine then.
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and talk to Kolag, and I'll catch up with you since we're all going the same direction.
I mean, if it's that short of a detour, we can just walk with you to where Kolag is. You can just go in, have a discussion, and that way we don't screw with the range or anything, and then we'll just wait for you outside.
If you want, that's fine with me. I'll talk to the Lakatha.
All right.
Works for me.
Regardless, I think that we should go. We're burning daylight.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
So we start heading off.
That's fine.
As you guys are walking, so do keep in mind that it has been 1 day out of the 4 that you guys promised to be on this planet. So just keep that in mind. You guys eventually go to a butcher shop that is on the same address as Kolag's, and it's just a fucking butcher shop.
This is very conspicuous.
You see, there's a bunch of Lakatha, like very normal, but very, not run down, but like economically not that great off butcher shop with economically not that great off customers. And I guess Maze goes in.
Please wait out here for a second. It won't take that long. I walk in.
Hey, welcome to Kolag's Delicatessen. How can Kolag serve you, madam?
Was it Krima or the other guy who related us to this person?
It was Krima.
No, Krima actually gave us the her number to contact her. It was actually the gnome who gave us the
was it Talladega?
Yeah,
okay.
Talladega gave us the information for Rex and Kolag, and then Krima gave us hers and her professor.
I looked at
Kolag. Thank you.
There we go.
For correcting me.
We have Krima number, but since we're poor, we can't call her.
Like, didn't want to anyways.
Anyway, I'm like, hello, I'm new in town with my compatriots, and Talladega said you had possible jobs that we could take?
Talladega?
Yes, as I say that, I non-hostily brazen my gun. Yes, anything that you have that we could deal for you?
He looks around and whistles for one of his little shop boys to come over and deal with the customers that are already there. Come in the back with Kolag.
Sure, you have a very ethnical place here.
Look at the delicacies are delicacies everywhere, but no more talk out here. Let's go.
Okay, I follow him.
You go past the plastic curtains.
There's plasmoids here?
Plastic curtains, and
Goddamn junk, dude.
in the back you do see a bunch of just sea animals getting murdered brutally.
Okay.
Just dugongs and junk just being cut up. Well, not murdered.
Dugongs?
Butchered.
There's dugongs
See
in this
whales
world?
back here. They're just stabbing into whales.
No, but for real,
That's a
what
bunch of
I mean.
seals, they're like clubbing them?
Dude, no, exactly. There's some seals hanging on some hooks. There's just some dolphins like cut up like sushi. This is very much that.
Whale is like, I get that I have to die, but can't these motherfuckers find a more effective way of killing me?
It makes the meat taste better when they suffer.
It looks at you really sadly. Just
Wait.
It tastes so sweet.
If a seal does do that, I do shed an internal tear about that, okay?
No, they're all already dead.
Okay, I don't care.
I misspoke about the murdered part. They're being butchered, butchered brutally.
They're already dead. I don't care.
Okay. Then he leads you to a cellar door. He opens the cellar door and goes, "Business is down here with Kolog."
Sure. I walk down.
Okay, you guys are walking down. There's a bunch of bags here that don't really seem like they would form a cetacean shape.
What's a cetacean?
Whales and dolphins and shit.
Got it. Don't you said big words at me?
I thought you were smart.
Maze is smart.
Okay. All right.
Can I roll to investigate what those could be?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay. I'm just curious. It's just strange.
Did you roll past the 1? They're people.
Yeah, I did. I rolled 18.
18? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Wait. Fuck. Okay. You see that most of them are Triton bodies.
I see. Tritons. Is that a local gang you're dealing with?
Not local. At least Kolog doesn't want them to be local.
Oh, a little gang warfare, I see. Territorial? Are they from a neighboring system, I'm assuming?
I think Kolog's an ethno-nationalist against Tritons, y'all.
Oh god.
Hey, I give him like the Koloth, like the low coffee, like pride symbol. You know, I don't know if that is right.
You can't do that. You don't got the equipment for it.
He gave me an L pass, all right.
Take some stuff outside.
Okay, well, so we'll cut back to what you guys are looking outside. This is just, again, y'all are just looking at a butcher shop.
Yeah, real quick, I kind of look at Kachik and Safeguard. I've made it perfectly clear about my apprehension to killing people. Yes, I just want to make sure that I've been clear. I say that to both of you.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I don't, I think, looking at this, I'm sure the butcher shop isn't any sort of a metaphor, so I think it should be fine.
I just want to say, if Maze accepts an assassination job, we will have a problem. I just want to be clear, open, so that everyone knows where I'm coming from.
Honestly,
I'm sure she wouldn't accept a job without running it by us first. That doesn't seem like the sort of thing she would do.
Back, you had yourself a deal, Kolog.
I don't put it past her. And honestly, I don't think we should have done this. This is just enabling her to get her way. So
let's assume the best of our allies. Yes. Yes.
I blink at 23 like so hard.
I'm gonna assume that she wouldn't betray my trust. That's what I say as I kind of shut myself off from the world and we wait.
I just pat 23 on the leg.
I come out, there's like blood all over me.
Child.
Guys, I think we got a new job.
Okay, you kill a Triton as an initiation ritual, and it went really well.
Okay, I'm sorry. That's all I wanted to say. You can go back.
Kolog. All right, deals with Kolog, very simple. He clears off a desk and just sits on it. Here are names. analog paper. Very
Untraceable.
easy. Yes. And he does slide you there. Slide the paper there.
I grab
But-
it and I slide it back into
No,
my pocket.
well, before he does that.
Okay.
But before you take Kolog's job, all you have to do, find them, kill them. Bring back body, bring back head, probably head. Head's fine. Body would be better, but head, I like head okay.
So pause here. Can I roll a history check to see if I know any of like traditional Triton gangs? Like, what do their criminal enterprises usually like consist of, or what they usually do? Like slavery, drug running, stuff like that. Or is it like a more general universe where like different races just have the same kind of like general criminal
Triton
enterprise?
gangs typically feed the poor. They help
Oh god,
homeless
yeah, I take the
people.
list, dude.
It's a very specific type of gang activity that they do. Okay.
If you do a history roll,
Sure.
Michael.
I'll do a history check. Where's history? There it is. 16.
Okay, so you do know that Little Katha were for a while held under. So the Tritons were trying to expand their empire all back in the day. Unfortunately, since they are an aquatic race, that doesn't really leave a lot of planets for them to conquer, and the Lokatha planet was one of them.
Oh, so the Tritons actually assaulted Lakatha.
Mm-hmm. So there
Oh.
was a little bit of a war. There was a little bit of an occupation. There was a little bit of a civil war afterwards. Lakatha did eventually get some form of freedom back. But now that you are here out in the World Wide Web, the wide ranges of space, that kind of animosity runs deep. There are some sorts of Triton organized crime, but you don't really know if that's the case here or whether this dude is just fucking crazy.
Do I know what that pivotal point of their liberation was called? Like that event? Like from my backlog?
No. It's just the Triton Lakatha incursion of 8765 or something like that.
Okay.
It's just very dry history.
I lean in and I say, my condolences to your people. What the Tritons did were horrible. What was horrible. I'm glad they got what was coming to them. They were strong enough to overcome that. Now, can I ask a question? Could I just have a quick peek about what possibly this Triton gang could be doing? Are they slavers, drug runners, murderers, thieves? You know, what kind of crimes they could be doing? I'm just curious, just to show the habits to understand them. As you can see, I'm a very neural person. The more I know about my target, the more I can easily weave my kill in. There we go.
Oh, I kind of I want to make you roll deception for that or something because I don't think that you're that kind of weirdo. But so he does seem to like it when you bring it up the little bit of history that you do know, and he sort of scales back again once you start talking about particulars. He goes, "Look again, Kolog likes you sympathize with Lokatha. Very good. Kolog likes that. But Kolog's job is simple. I give you names here. You kill them, bring back something proving death. Hopefully, whole body would be good. Head, not so much. It's okay. Kolog again.
Kolog, say no more. I understand where you're coming from. You won't tell me. I'm just gonna lay all my cards out on the table and tell you what I exactly need from you. So, my compatriots are not exactly as tenacious as I am. So if there was a reason we were to kill these people, particularly a criminal or morally bad reason, I could easily more convince them to do this with me. Of course, me just telling you, as a normally human person, you don't have to say anything, but from one sympathizer to another, is there anything you can do for me, information-wise?
All I will say, because I do not. This is simple. This is more than Kolog likes talking about these jobs. All Kolog will say is blood spreads in water. Blood spreads very far in water and stains many things.
Can I insight that to see what the hell he's talking about? Because I am not good with metaphors here.
What the fuck, dude?
Dude, he's just killing Tritons, man.
That's
He's
it.
just killing Tritons.
He's
It's
just
not that
killing them.
deep. He's a Locatha supremacist.
Yeah.
That's so. Can I insight him at all on that? Like,
Yeah, no, sure, absolutely.
kind of meaning what the fuck he's trying to tell me right now. Give me a nice 18.
You can feel that this is coming from a sense of righteous vengeance.
Oh, so what he thinks what he's doing is correct.
Yes.
When he slips out the piece of paper, is there a second where I can see any of the names on the list at all?
No, he just slides it underneath. But he does say, while you're like thinking about it, he does pull out this weird little doohickey. It looks like something you've seen in the medical labs at the prison before.
What is it?
So, because it's so simple, I need way of finding you. That's simple also. Just need a little bit of your DNA so Kolog can find you later.
I think
You
about
take
this.
job.
Jesus Christ.
If you don't do job,
We're gonna have a
Kolog
fucking
reasonable.
problem.
We'll
Let's
see.
see how smart Maze is.
I'm thinking about how stupid my group is and how I know if I accept this job, they're gonna have a little hissy fit without me talking to them.
But also here. And then he slides a number. Actually, yeah, it's another side of the paper. This is how much Kolog is paying for this right now. It's very reasonable.
I open it up. It's like gold. There's like a gold like highlight in my face. Like,
No,
now
no.
you can make
It's
a bit of sense,
300.
Kolog.
It's 300. It's 300 naptocreds.
300, you say?
Yes.
Well, Kolog, I would love to accept your deal, but you must realize, like I said earlier, my compatriots aren't as up to par with violence as I am. So, do you mind if I go discuss with them in front of the shop before I come back down here?
You know, you waste Kolog's time. I could have sold sea cow steak by now. No, do not come back unless you take deal. Go.
Thank you, Kolog. I say as I leave.
Okay.
That's it. I do think about like the kind of lie I could come up with to convince my group to do this.
Thought you
How
weren't good
stupid
at
they are.
lying.
I'm not. I know I'm. Wait, no, I don't know I'm not good at lying. So I think I'm really good at lying, but really I'm not good at lying. So I
Okay.
come up. That's it. I come with a smile on my face. To the group.
Okay, let's
Who
go.
has
I start
good?
walking.
Oh, actually, no. Before that, both Kachi and 23. How good is your passive perception?
Let's see.
Perception.
My passive
14.
perception is trying to see where it says in this little thing. Where does it say?
It's your perception. It's 10 plus your wisdom modifier plus your proficiency bonus.
Okay, wisdom modifier is +2. I don't know. My modifiers suck compared to you guys.
No, plus
So-
2 is
No,
pretty
no,
normal.
dude,
That's
we're low level, dude. We're low
Alright,
level.
So I what? And
That would be
then
14.
yeah, 14.
Plus your initiative. Your proficiency.
Plus my proficiency, which is +4. So 4, 5,
No.
6, 16.
Our proficiency modifier at level 2 is 2. Our proficiency bonus.
Donovan, what are you trying to
Anyway,
roll?
You
Yes.
guys are both 4.
Okay.
So you
I have a
guys,
15.
you
for my
guys
passive
just well, you not so much because this isn't something that you usually would care to take note of. But not G-Way. Kachi and 23, you do smell death coming off of Michael right now.
Maze.
Mm,
Oh, Maze,
okay.
right. You smell death coming off of
I'm
Maze.
smiling as the brightest star. SG4, come here for a second. I hand him a number.
Let's keep going then. And then I just keep walking.
Before I do hand him the number to say that's how much he's willing to pay.
Yeah, for what?
I'm not going to be lying. I'll be straight with you, SG4, because I know you can take it. He does want us to kill people.
I can hear this, right? I didn't walk anywhere.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying this in front of you, but I'm saying it to SG4.
Okay.
And he does believe what he's doing it to be right. Apparently, there's a new Triton gang in town, and I'm not lying. This is the information he told me, and I believe him.
The gang part is not.
Well, you
He
don't
did
know.
not
You
say
don't know
anything about gangs.
anything. You do not know anything about who he's trying
No,
to get.
no. Before, no. When I talked to Kolog, I specifically said gang, and he didn't say anything to say no to
No,
it.
that's true. But there was nothing on who you're killing. He didn't give any information about who you're supposed to kill.
And I know
Like,
the other two in the party have a very weak spine, and I make sure you both hear that. So I'll ask you. You can consider it. I'm willing to do this other lesser job for less credits or whatever if you want. But he sounded like what he was doing was right. And he is in a gang, and I don't think he would hurt innocent people for no reason. As far as I know.
You don't know any of these things, right?
I don't, but do you know what this Rex person's gonna get us to do either? I'm not saying we accept the job, I'm saying to think about it, SG4.
I know that he's not going to ask us to kill anyone.
Right, but what if we go on this stealing job and there's a guard in front of us and we have to kill him? Think about that.
We could find another way.
There's not always another way, you realize that, right?
I thought that you were intelligent. Can't you find multiple ways to solve the same problem?
Yes, but you
excellent! Well, then I suppose that's just what we'll have to do.
I hate
Oh man,
these clones.
that view looks great. Where's my comrades?
I just...
So you're just like way fucking far in the front, Kachi?
Yeah, basically. I said I was walking.
I try to stuff my pride back into my suit and just start walking. I guess I can't convince these others to take the job. It's fine.
Yeah, SG4 just looks at you and just says,
shrugs. Let's just go see what Rex has to offer. Yeah. Start jogging.
I guess.
Shocking. Okay, it does, again, since you guys are just fucking hoofing it, it does take you, oh god, like 3 hours to get there on foot.
Pablo, can you stop moving your head away? You keep moving. There we go.
My bad. So it does take you 3
hours. I jog
hours
as much as that as I can.
I don't jog, I just walk.
Oh, well then I walk too.
Yeah, I just wanted to catch up to Kiachi, so once I got up to him, I stopped running.
So, all right,
it's about the afternoon now. It's like maybe 3 or 4 in the afternoon by the time. Well, more like 4. You guys finally get to this very nice looking. It's still not so far away from where you guys were, but it is very much the way more artsy, gentrified side of town. It is a very nice looking loft setup. You guys go in, and there's just a bunch of art studios around. There's a bunch of trendy looking like metalworking sculpture factories too. You actually Safeguard, you think you see another elvish made warforged just walking around. So this place is fancy. You guys go up and going to one of these refurbished studio spaces. Really big loft area. There's just glass all over the place. There's these big glass doors. You go up, and there's actually a receptionist to the address that was given to you. It's just a little gnome lady, and he goes, "Hi there, welcome. This is Rex's Fine Arts Emporium. How can I help you?"
Well, hello there. We were referred by a friend of ours. We were looking to see if we could have a meeting with Rex.
Oh, about what would this be? What the names, please? Yes, sorry about that. What's the name?
Go ahead.
Dalladega told us that maybe we could see if Rex needed any help with some acquisitions work.
Oh, Dalladega, I see. Usually Dalladega's friends would be going in through the back of the warehouse at the loading docks. So if you go there, I'll
start heading
send
there.
somebody there.
I'll just start heading there. I don't...
Thank you.
Sure. What's your name?
Over there. Oh yeah.
Hi, yes, my name is. Let me look through the names that I prepared.
Random
Thank
name
God.
generator. My name is random name generator.
Ambra. Her name is Ambra. Her name is Ambra.
Okay.
Nice to meet you, Ambra.
Yes. Very nice. That's what I say. I turn
I
around and
try
say
to
that.
make myself not as noticeable, to shy away from her.
I don't know why we're speaking to the help. This is... Don't understand.
Because they were helpful.
I guess.
Okay,
Wasting
you
daylight
guys go
here.
around, and you know, you have to like cross a railroad and then go back around to get to the loading docks.
Okay.
And then as you guys get there, there is a Minotaur waiting for you, and goes, "You guys, the ones that are looking for Rexes?"
Yes. We were
Got it.
referred by Daladega.
Mm-hmm.
All right. How much you need?
As far as money?
I mean, yeah, for the job, we got a couple of them, but you know, depends on the price point, right?
Well,
Where-
go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say minimum probably somewhere in the 150 plus range for NAFTA creds. You got me.
150. Well, usually all our jobs are split into 50-50s. Just because all we're paying you for is getting the thing, and that's it.
Okay.
Fine. So if it's gonna be 150, you're gonna have to do 3 jobs, maybe 4, depending. We only have like 2 available right now. You might have to wait for the third one if it's 150 that you're looking for.
How often do you replenish your reservoir of jobs?
Probably every week, something like that.
Every
will have like
week?
3 or 4.
Every 7 days, you don't say.
A cycle, yeah.
Well, is acquisitions all that you need help with? We have a wide set of skills. Maybe there's something else that we could do as well, something that you wouldn't normally offer as a job.
The only thing that Mr. Rex wants is when the job is finished, you guys don't come back here ever.
Oh,
If you're taking 2, that's fine. We'll come back and forth. But after that, done.
So
we
we can't come back.
go ahead.
Go ahead. I think we were asking the same question. 23.
Right. So it seems like there's only so much money that we can make here. Is there anybody else that Rex could refer us to that might need similar work?
That's gonna be something you're gonna have to ask him yourself. But Rex is never around.
Have that conversation. Or you're saying that Rex isn't around, so we wouldn't even be able to speak to him today.
Not today. Probably not for a while. Look, man, if you were looking for a job for quick money, then fine. This is okay. If you actually like want to talk to Rex when there's faces around for the public facing part, that's, I don't know, you're gonna have to get like a real appointment or something. That's not easy to get.
Okay.
That's
well, this is-
fine. We're just what kind of job do we have
yeah.
available?
Okay. So, and he pulls out a data pad. So today, like today, there's gonna be there's gonna be a little installation that's gonna happen over at the piers. All you gotta do, and this is easy, just steal one of these from him. And he pulls something out. Maze, not pull something out. He pulls out a little hologram. Maze and Safeguard would be able to recognize this as a very, very fine type of circuit breaker. Like this is the kind of thing that, it produces. There's regular holograms, and then these things make like amazing holograms. Like this is top of the line stuff. It's way worth more than 50 napta creds, but you know it depends on, I guess, who the guy is. Again, he did mention that he's only paying you for this job.
So he's showing us a hologram of what we're stealing, or is he showing us something that's going to help us steal it?
No, he's showing you the hologram of what you're stealing.
Got it.
So, there's going to be a big display. There's going to be an art installation. This is going to be the central piece that they're featuring. We just need you to take it.
Why is a circuit breaker the heart of a artist station?
Because it makes the holograms. Oh, you might not know. You might not be technologically inclined or nothing. But this is the kind of
I'm
thing.
annoyed.
This is the kind of thing that would
Yachi
make
smiles
some
at that.
really, really good. You know, some grade A theater opera based holograms and stuff.
So
You can
there's
make it.
not actually going to be any pieces there, just holograms of pieces.
Well, it's an art thing. Look, man, I'm just the guy who runs this door. This is the thing that you're supposed to be stealing, and that's it. Yeah.
And who
If
are we
you're looking
stealing it
for a
from
phone-
exactly?
Does that
You-
matter?
I'm just curious.
No, doesn't matter.
Oh, so now when it's someone we're stealing from, it doesn't matter who we're stealing it from. How high and
Listen.
mighty we've all become.
Listen here. Look.
What?
The-
What are you talking
it's
about?
not going to be. Well, the guard isn't laughing at not the guard. The Minotaur isn't laughing at any of this. He just goes, "Listen, there might be a couple of guards there, but they're going to be rent-a-cops. It's not going to be more than $50. Excuse me, 50 napters worth for the job. So you're going to take it or not? This is the only one we got today."
I'm not saying
We'll
anything. You
take
guys.
it. Right?
I just think it's
Sure. I
hypocritical
mean-
that we don't ask questions of what we're doing when it's stealing, but when we're killing, it's totally weird, totally okay.
That's a total false equivalency between murder and stealing something.
Stealing
I
something?
figured that she would understand that, but
Hey, stealing something is stealing fruit from a child's mouth, dude. For all we know, we could be starving a kid. Y'all are really hypocritical.
This is an art installation for rich assholes. It's not the same.
We love the rich,
what's-
actually.
Where's the
Are
where's
they
the
rich?
information?
I asked the Minotaur. Are the people who go to these things like wealthy, well-off aristocrats, maybe influenced by the government?
Probably. I mean, look, you're not going to find like a rinky-dink home theater system with this kind of tech, right?
Great. So we're stealing from rich assholes who are probably also government assholes. So this suits all of us just fine. What's the other job that you have?
That one we're still trying to figure out a schedule, but basically you're going to be stealing from a truck. Again, maybe a couple of guards. Shouldn't be anything too hard. The merchandise is so basically both of these things. The merchandise is pretty hot. As soon as they're stolen, I hope you guys have some way of hiding because they're going to be looking for you. But yeah, that's basically it. We're trying to find out the routes that the trucks are taking for the second job still.
How long will we have to stay low for when we steal one of these?
However long it takes for you to get back here, because we do want that thing back over here.
How far is that
Can you
away
give
from
me
where
a-
we are? Go ahead.
Can you give me a metal case that this would fit in?
Don't you got one of your own or something? This is no. Short answer, no. Not even sure why I'm entertaining it, but no, nothing.
Shame. All right.
Are you going to be helping us in any way to steal this device, or are we just to go there and steal it ourselves without any assistance from you?
Yeah, like why would I be helping you?
Good to know.
Okay, I think we'll take the job. Thank you. Is there any information that you have to give us, or shall we just go?
No, that's it.
Okay, well then we'll
Directions.
be back.
I'd like to know a couple things. Directions to the location of the installation. Everything you know about the pier, if possible. I don't know. Do you know specifically what type of security will be there? And also whether there's going to be any sorts of security other than just guards?
Yeah, sure. I can give you a little bit of that. Where's your data pad? I'll ping you.
Oh,
the
I'm
details.
sorry. So
We're working analog, harder
we're quite
to track.
poor.
He it registers for a second, and then he looks at the Warforged. I'm not gonna ask any questions. The pier, you'll find it. It's the pier. The only thing I can think of that might be a problem is it's rich assholes, so they might have their own security. the venue itself is gonna have whatever, but the guests, that's a different story. If you guys are just going backstage and lifting this thing, I don't see why there would be any problems, but I can't make any promises. That's why I'm getting paid to take that risk.
So I turn to SG4 and I say, so SG4, where was that thing about you needing to have everything needed to protect us when we do these jobs? Because it sounds like we're stealing from a bunch of rich assholes, which could have guns and money and guards, versus the other job where we're just going to alleviate someone, possibly alone.
By other job, you mean the McDonald's job, right?
Yes,
Right?
we'll probably need to get additional jobs after doing these additional jobs.
I understand. Sounds like a conversation that we should have another time, though. That's what I say to you.
There's like no planning
Agreed.
ahead.
Why don't you give us the
It-
information for these jobs?
Just the first one, and you are. Oh, I guess this is the wrinkle. Other people know this job. They're probably also doing the same thing, thinking about it. There's only two other folks. Maybe you'll have some competition.
And do these other folks, are they dangerous of sorts, or are they just common criminals, common clay?
Whatever you consider yourself as, it's the same thing.
Oh, they're going to be dangerous, aren't they?
Are you? I don't. Sure.
Sorry, I say that to SG4. I don't say that to
Okay.
him.
I mean, probably, yeah.
Okay. With that little bit of a lull, he does give you, again, very annoyed, pulls that paper and writes down which part of the period is exactly. But we're going to take a little break, and then we'll get back to see what these guys are going to do with that information. Okay, so yes, this little group, Murder, Hobo, or Menaces, I don't know. We'll find out right now because they have just finished their conversation with the Minotaur with the address to the peers.
Okay, so we walk away from all
Mine
this,
before. Yeah.
so we can discuss what we're gonna do.
Yep.
Obviously, we're not going to give it to them, right?
Oh no, that's a terrible job. Seems like far too much work.
Look, I think the only thing that I'm worried about is how connected this Rex fellow is. I mean, look around. This is the type of place where socialites hang out. This is not, if we pawn this off to somebody and they go back to him, it's going to come down on us real fast. I think if we decide to take this thing, like maybe we can come up with some sort of a convincing cover story, but pretty soon, like we're going to have to get off planet. So if we steal this thing and then try and pawn it off to someone else, we have to either make sure they're not connected to Rex, hate whoever Rex is, or we're putting ourselves on a real limited timeline for everything else we need to do before we get off world here.
Yeah. Well, how is there another planet that's close to here that we could fly to? I mean, how fast can our ship go?
I
It's
put my
fucking
hand on my
fast.
forehead. We already know the
I mean,
answer to
yeah,
that.
we could probably get off world, but I think at the very least we want to at least take you and I's limiters off.
As soon as we
No,
touch
that's
this thing,
fine, that's fine.
there's gonna be heat on us. You realize that, right? He literally said that. That's why he wants to bring him back. So once we touch it, we need to give it away as soon as possible, or else we gotta get off planet.
So we should
Yeah.
find a buyer before we even do the job.
Yes, and then
Well, when are they gonna do the installation? That's the other issue. This is a time sensitive
Yes,
thing.
he did say that it was going
It's
to be
tonight.
today. It's more around like 8 o'clock tonight. So you guys have about 4 hours to do all of this.
Okay.
I agree with 23. Trying to find somebody who would actually buy it is not a bad idea, but again, we have to make sure that they wouldn't clue Rex in.
how you suppose we find that?
No fucking idea. I'm saying that I don't hate the idea of finding someone. I don't know if we'll be able to do it either.
Us not having a very good time limit after we swipe this thing, well, that's fine. We didn't have a long amount of time that we could be on the planet in general. All we need to know are two factors. A, can we find a buyer? And B, how long will it take at the very minimum to get the limiters off? That's really all that we need. I mean, that should be our main goal, correct?
Yeah.
You guys are the geniuses.
Well,
Mate,
since
what's your input?
This is a very we're not thinking about what we could do. We have 4 hours to find a buyer, and then 4 hours to think about how long it's going to take to get these collars off, it's not the most non-dangerous job. You have to see that. I say we take it and we get off planet. We don't worry about your collars for now. We either come back or find somewhere else, but we can sell this doohickey somewhere else if that's really what you want to do.
Well, let's take some of the time that we have to ascertain the value of the item. If it's valuable someplace else on a different planet, then perhaps we can do that. But it might only be valuable here for whatever reason. Why don't you do what you do best in research?
That's not how technology works, but okay, sure.
Well, we were the only characters that recognized that it's like ubiquitously valuable.
Yeah, I look at SG. Actually, this is kind of valuable, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen
there we
before.
Go.
Yes, we could probably sell it somewhere else.
Out of character, with your big brain, Michael, you should know that if we go to a backwoods planet that doesn't really care about technology, they're not really going to care about how expensive.
Well, no, I'm saying we don't go to a backward planet. We can literally go anywhere in the universe with this thing. Like, that's why I'm saying.
We don't know that.
Well, not anywhere in the universe, because that would include backwards planets, right?
No, we don't know.
We
don't know how fast or how far our thing could go.
Literally, I've already told everyone. We've literally gone halfway across the galaxy.
No, you did not.
Oh, well, I told SG4.
You did not tell us that.
Well, I thought I did. But I didn't, so... So I didn't tell them, Pablo.
Okay, well then, that's fine. That can be the plan then. Let's steal it and then immediately leave. Right?
Sure.
That seems to be what we're thinking about doing.
Wait, we could just leave? Like, we could go anywhere?
Well, yes.
Yeah. I mean,
This is why I don't tell them anything.
Okay,
well...
Yeah, the only the DM voice coming out from Ruber. There's nothing really keeping you guys from this planet. The only reason why y'all are here is because A, you have some like roots here to get money, and B, you have some contacts here that can get the collars off. But otherwise, yeah, you don't got to stay here.
We never really established any of this, but one of the reasons that I wanted to ascertain a little bit about each one of yours past is because we could actually avoid all of this if we just had some friendly contacts that could help us out.
I have some contacts.
Oh.
Well, then we could honestly just go to a place and have our friends help us. By our friends, I mean someone's friends.
I do know some people on a habitable, moderately advanced planet.
Well, then I guess a better question is, should we do any of this? Maybe we should just go to your friends.
No, fuck no. If they know people, yeah, we should just go to them. I mean, I'm not sure that going back to the people I know is going to be safe or not. But, I mean, if Gauchi and Mace have contacts, yeah, we should just ditch.
Okay.
Yeah, I have some contacts.
Do you now?
That can help us with these collars.
Yeah, I don't know about the collars, but maybe they could give us some money for help.
Where do these contacts of yours reside exactly? I'm curious.
I'd also like to know a little bit about your past.
There's I know Orc. She's Mama Tusk. She used to be the one who gives me the my bounties for my work before.
You were a bounty hunter.
Yeah. Did I not say that?
No.
I can't remember. Perhaps you. Oh, I guess not.
Oh well, my bad. There might be someone else that might be able to help us too.
Who would that be?
He's a nice guy. We call him Twink, or at least I call him Twink.
How would this nice guy help us, Catchy? Please do explain.
He has connections, I think. We'll see what we could do with him.
What does this Twink character do for a living?
Oh, he's a stripper.
Right, so let me get my contacts, and we'll go to a civilized planet.
Who are your contacts?
I had actually a Rolodex of contacts, Pablo, because we already established that I was into the shit 3 years prior to this, so I would assume I have some contacts.
3 years prior.
Yeah, no, we did talk about this.
Yeah, so 3 years ago.
Is that a grab bag of contacts that you can just kind of infinitely be like, well, I know this guy, and I know that guy, and I know the guy?
No, it's just something for Pablo to write if he wants to throw characters in there.
Yeah, no. But again, this is... Look, if you're taking it with... I'm not stopping you guys from going off planet, but your contacts are 3 to 4 years out of date. Kyachi's contacts are, very good for specific things. Very specific things. Probably not anything that has anything to do with what you guys are doing. The person who actually has the best contacts for what's happening right now,
Probably me.
no,
Maybe. No.
not you, would be a Safeguard.
Yeah, but
Oh, well, there
Safeguard's
you go.
crime syndicate doesn't like him, I guess.
Yeah. So like again, there are risks in going to any of these places. Like game theory, whatever wise, all these avenues have detractions, and you guys have some ways to get through whatever you want here already. It just depends on what you guys want to do.
Look, all I'm saying is the contacts I have, at least I know, are civilized, and they were in a conspiracy group, and also some of them were criminals, so I would assume they didn't break these off of our necks. That's my opinion on the matter. And they are technically advanced enough to be, like, in my level. So we're not going to a backwoods city.
Here, the only difference between your contacts, Michael, is most of them are deep web. You've never met them before in your life. You'd actually have to like contact them beforehand, before any of this, because then you'd have to actually set up a face-to-face. That's different. That's the difference from your contacts' end.
Okay.
So it's whether we want to go with caught chic or get catfished by your contacts.
I mean, look,
his
the
contact's
thing
a
that
stripper.
we can just come back here if we still need Karima's help to get the collars off after we've made enough money. There's nothing keeping that from coming back. I mean, the only thing that I would say is let's perhaps have the chief come and walk through our ship like we told him we would, and just say we wrapped up our job, make it like we're extra efficient, and that we might be coming through again.
Why do we need to do that? Why don't we just tell them we're leaving on an emergency mission and we have to go?
It's always good to have a contact.
Now, the way I see it, getting in his good graces, I mean, it's not going to do us any harm.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Maze.
Uh-huh.
Do you know how fast our ship can go?
Yes, I already said this, didn't I?
No, I mean, okay, so I know it could travel far distances, but how fast can it go?
The Pentivist explained this to us in the ship. Were you not all here?
Oh, that was the lady on the news
I'm
network at
asking,
Dalladegas also was talking about it. It's apparently super fucking fast.
Pablo, at a game.
Like, really fast.
Okay.
Do you remember the scene where Pentivist literally explained to us how fast the ship can go?
No, that was he was explaining not physical speed, non-god speed. Like the ship can go -1, like whatever foot of god speed really, really fast. And he can do that at will, but the laws of physics would suddenly start to apply, and like anything can destroy you if you guys aren't good enough pilots to pilot it. He didn't say anything about his top speed or his warp speed or his god speed or anything like that.
The information that we got to prove how fast it was when we were at Dalladegas, and the lady on the network was talking about how it was like mind-blowing that a ship this small could get halfway.
No, here's the
across
thing. She said that, but none of us actually got it. It was only Maze that knew that.
I thought we were all watching that.
Yeah, we were all watching.
We were watching, but Maze was the only one who understands.
I just assumed that you were all sentient creatures.
She saw the map.
I just assumed that you guys had like at least 2 IQ and just put that together, but apparently not.
So what do you guys want to do? Yeah, like
I look towards Maze. I look towards Maze. Listen, considering that you're the one who typically has a problem with the plans that we go forward with, I say that if you're confident that your contacts can help us out of this situation, I'm willing to trust you, and we can go forward with your plan. We'll meet up with the people that you trust.
I will say I've never met them before. In person.
But you did say that you trust them, and that we're stupid and you're smart, and if we follow you, you'll lead us to success.
That's correct. That is correct, yes.
Well, I feel that if you're that confident, then perhaps we should take a leap of faith and trust Maze. I look at the rest of you other two.
No,
all right, Maze.
I'm fine with that. The only thing that I will say real fast is, I mean, look, I think touching bases with as many contacts as we can is probably a good idea. They can all probably provide us with different things. I do think that perhaps, I mean, well, my creator made me, and I'm sure he's made more impressive Warforged as well, depending on what you consider impressive. He's amazing with technology, magic, combining the two. I have little doubts that if we were looking for someone who would be able to jimmy a magic technology collar off of us, he'd probably be a good place to start. I'm just not entirely sure that I won't be eliminated along with the rest of you if we go back there.
I have little doubt that you're every bit as impressive as the other creations that he has made. Don't sell yourself short.
What's your temperament with your creator exactly?
Conflicted? I think he's a brilliant elf.
Right, what I'm asking really is, why is he annoyed at you?
Oh, I don't know that he's annoyed at me. I just think the syndicate that he's affiliated with might be.
So, if we were to go to your master and not get in the way of your syndicate, you could possibly just get these off us now.
It's possible.
Well, that's an unknown, while you have a guarantee, essentially, because your contacts are every bit as smart as you are.
True.
And
correct.
Since you're a genius,
you're right.
I think that we should just go with the genius.
You're right.
No, I agree.
Okay, let's do that. That's actually... Yes. I will do that.
And if the genius is wrong, well, then she'll just admit that she's not a genius.
No, I'm just assuming you guys screwed the plan up.
Not gonna happen. No, the thing that I will say is... I think that going with Maze's contacts is a good idea, because if we're able to get into contact with them, I mean, if they're anything like you, they'll know technology inside and out, yeah? I mean, at the very least...
one guy could break stuff pretty easily.
Yeah,
Probably
at the
you're
very
gonna
least, I mean...
Add a character. I hope you planned some of this, because I don't know what you're writing down.
No. Okay, so the max that I'm giving you, maze-wise, is going to have four contacts that are still active.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. I mean, worst case scenario, even if they can't necessarily help us, they could at least provide us with enough technology for me to contact my creator and ask him if he can help us.
Or they can lead us to someone who could break them.
Sure. Either way, I think it's the right way to go.
I think it's the right way to go as well. I mean, because really, when you think about it, with Maze's level of intelligence, no matter what we do, she'll be able to factor in what we would potentially do, because she's smart enough to know what we're going to do before we even do it. There really is no way for us to fail this plan as long as we go with Maze.
23 is speaking a lot of truth now. I love this. Anyway, let's go do that.
Well. Great and all, but like, how are you contacting these people?
We're gonna contact the guard guy, right?
Figure it out.
We're gonna contact the guard guy, right? I'm gonna ask him to use one of his terminals for private business.
For who? Oh,
the guard guy. Since these guys want to see him off or some shit, I'll tell him bring a terminal that we need to install here because we broke ours.
Maybe, I guess. We'll see. We'll see what he has to say about it. Sure. You guys are gonna try to get
Dalladegas
huh?
real quick, and we could just swing by Dalladegas real quick and just say, hey, can we just use your terminal for a minute?
You mean his laptop?
That guy saw me going to Club Penguin. He's not gonna let me use his laptop again. All right, I'll be honest with you. He's not gonna let us use his laptop again.
I mean, oh well, actually, yeah, Safeguard would say this.
I mean, before we leave, we could just let Krima take a look at me, and she could take your limiters off at the very least, Kyashi, before we even leave the planet.
Oh,
why would you do that though?
She said when you pay to take yours off, she'll help Kachi as a favor.
Forgot that it was conditional. Okay, well then Safeguard would not say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to the ship then.
So
my ego is boosted. I feel like 2 people in the party have finally saw the maze light. There's like one more idiot to convince her, right?
Okay, here's the thing though. If you guys
didn't
are gonna go,
understand my irony.
if you guys go to the ship, which is again very far from on foot, even if you guys take the bus, you guys won't be able to do the opera place job anymore. Just saying.
That was a shit job.
That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, let's steal a high-priced government object from a bunch of rich people for 50 credits.
I mean, look. all of it was doable, but the price is a little low considering that we have to deal with guards, security, transportation. Everything is
Other
on us,
adventurers.
and they're really not paying us that much. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just a shit deal.
Oh, they're paying you a lot, by the way. But it's up to you guys to
Well, how much is 50?
determine value.
Well, how much is
50 napkin
50
credits is like 50
credits?
gold analogy,
Oh,
right? So
okay.
But that's only filling half of
Technically,
our
that's a
quest
lot.
bar, though. That's only filling half of our quest bar. We need
Yeah,
another
I mean,
50.
considering
It's a reasonable price, is what I'm saying. It's not like extravagant. It's not bad.
Well, actually, if we do this job, then we could possibly use the 50 creds to like buy clothes and things like that.
Oh, well, clothes aren't like
Yeah, clothes. What are you talking about?
No,
Clothes?
but like
Corraldi.
it-
Other than Corraldi originals, they're not gonna be like.
no, but we
no,
could
but
use it
it's
to
like
buy a data
we
pad.
could- yeah, data pads. We could get it to buy,
Yeah.
like supplies for the thing.
Or we can go
It's-
steal one, since you're all thieves. Apparently.
Look,
Yeah, talk-
considering
coming from
how much we
Constant
need,
murder.
it's just not worth it.
We could go and steal from some local gangs for the data pads.
With what weapons? You're the only one that has a blaster.
I take out my blaster. True.
Let's just meet up with your contact.
Sure, let's do that. Let's go back to the ship then, if everyone agrees.
We walked 3 hours back to out of town.
Oh, as we
we
walk
hit,
back,
we hit
I
escape.
think
We go to
Safeguard-
skip time. We go to 3 hours, and we just hit it.
Yeah.
We're like, oh.
As we walk back, the only thing I'll say is, as we walk back, Safeguard to 23 probably says something like,
I do think that like I'm as impressive as other Warforged in a certain way, but with the limiters on, it really screws with me. I just meant pure intelligence.
Are you
He's made
feeling
smarter
insecure
things than
again?
me. Oh no, I mean, I could call down El Astre on you and you would poof. But
Okay, then why
Another
can't you
story
call
for
her
another
down now
time.
and help us?
Oh, wait a second. You said that
limiters, man, it's a
you
bummer.
haven't met your siblings, correct?
Not the other safeguards, but I assume they're probably like me. But
Well,
I
that's
mean,
an
my
assumption.
creators.
For all you know,
Oh.
you're his masterpiece, and the other one's pale in comparison. Who knows
If we
about
want
these
him to
things?
get
And
these
look at
collars
23
off.
like with a... You sure about that?
Yeah. If we want him to get these collars off, frankly, I hope I'm not, but it's always a possibility. Yeah, let's go.
I'm sure things will work out one way or another. We just have to have patience. So
Alright.
yeah, we keep going.
So we're gonna... Do you want to roleplay us walking back to the ship 3 hours?
No. So you
I
guys
do
are
want to
good.
say that as we're walking by, Kiyachi is just looking for anything valuable, that's just laying around that he could just, like, kind of like money or whatever, just like a phone that's dropped.
Just a
or
pile of
whatever.
gold in the corner, dude. Whoa!
Yeah, dude.
sick.
I
Dude,
mean,
it's a big city. And it's kind of. I'm just looking at like, is there anything on the ground? I'm just keeping an eye out to see if
Yeah,
there's
someone who,
anything
like-
I can just
Okay.
grab.
here, dude, there is a point in time where a bike courier leaves his hover bike to go inside a store. Do you steal this dude's bike?
Dude,
Is there
no.
anything on the bike?
No, it's just it's not like, okay, it's not a bicycle. It's like a really nice, fucking hover bike. That
It's
flies
Uber
and
Eats,
shit.
isn't it? It's like Uber Eats or something? What's this?
Nah.
No.
Do you see
Okay.
anyone who's like
No.
with their back turned and their data pad like in their back pocket?
Their giant 12-inch tablet just hanging off a
Dude, do
chain.
you put your phone in your back pocket?
Yeah, actually, I do.
You do?
Yeah,
Really, Michael? You
Yeah.
do?
because I don't want to. Because it's better than your front pocket because there's more room. Because when you move your leg, it doesn't bend.
Well, what if you sit down?
No, I take it out when I'm sitting down. Obviously.
Seems like a risk. I'm gonna roll a percentile die, and you guys can try to steal from this dude.
No, wait. Why are we stealing from this guy? He's just a delivery driver.
Oh no, I'm not stealing the bike.
No. Like you do meet up a guy with like. Let's see the odds of you guys making like just seeing a dude like that.
So
Just seeing
this,
a dude like
so this is where I draw a line. We're just stealing from random people now. That's where I draw a line. If they're not bad
You
people,
guys,
I'm not
it
stealing
doesn't
from bad
matter.
people.
You
right?
don't see it. You do like just walking
Okay.
along. You do not see one, and you guys are back in the ship. I do
Okay.
apologize. We are moving along. Y'all are back in the ship.
How
What the fuck's
many
your-
lizard hobo bodies are littering the ground in front of our ship? Can you tell me?
None. Just a big
Can you
old
roll a
red
dice at least?
stain.
Okay, so I'm sitting in the ship and I'm waiting for
One.
Mace to basically...
There is one hobo body.
Really?
Yeah, dude, he
You
made
start
me roll
crying,
dice.
dude.
He actually did it.
Well,
I rummaged through his pockets and see what's in there.
We go
wait,
through the
chill,
same
chill, chill.
process.
Because we already like determined that the ship now has new parameters.
Yes.
So what you're saying is the ship failed to scare this guy away.
So as far as logic goes,
Okay, well, real quick. In the future, I also want to be able to just make you roll on something regardless. Is that something that we're all just doing now?
Yeah, that's all we're doing. Hey, we agreed on this.
you're right. You're
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
There is no body. There is no body.
Okay,
it
thank
was
you.
a pretty fucking high roll though. That was a 99.
But there is
I don't care what it was.
But there is a giant red stain that when I look over at 23,
Yes,
she just starts crying,
still a
dude.
big bloody stain on the. I don't know. It's not. It's a stain now. The blood's dried.
I mean,
Is there a trail of blood? Because now I'm gonna follow it.
No, what are you talking about? There's just a big
it's
bloody
from the
stain
lizard
from the
guy.
It's from
first
the lizard guy.
The other guy.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
No,
Jeez.
we could. That's an easy problem to solve. We just move the ship before we have the chief come.
Yeah.
So. Yeah,
Oh, wait. Oh,
Well, I wasn't saying that was a problem or anything, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, y'all are in the ship.
Yeah, I turned to SG4, call the whatever his name is. You wanted to say goodbye to him before we left, right? Tell him that we
It's
need some comm interfaces to install since we broke it on, and we can't contact outside sources right now.
His
Okay.
name's Kathis, right?
Kazis.
Kazis.
Tell him it's an emergency, and we don't have time to explain, but we need to repair our interface.
I
Well,
mean,
don't say that.
23 is the person who's been talking to him. How do you want to handle it? And frankly, he's got better people skills than all of
Oh, well,
us.
then
so-
I tell 23 that then.
Well, I say we bring him over, but let's not say it's an emergency because then that will rush his tour, right? It
Well, tell
doesn't
him-
seem like-
Tell him if he has any spare comm interfaces to bring them over, as we've broken ours. And
Okay.
we don't want to contact like a public source to get source one.
All right.
I mean, we could just ask him for one, even. We don't need to ask him for multiple.
No, a
Okay.
comm interface, something for the computer.
Calm
Okay.
Well,
interface.
Couldn't they?
are we
Well,
sure
I-
that the
Yeah,
Are
we
we
need
sure
to
the
have
government-
access to that.
Are we sure that the Modron's going to be able to use the technology?
At a game, Pablo, I did ask him before. He said I could probably jerry rig it to this.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But would the chief even have anything like that?
Well, I'm assuming
mean,
if he's the chief of police, he has like a spare
Well,
computer CPU.
The way they're
hanging.
talking about it, yeah, it makes it sound like it's pretty cheap. Is
I
it
don't-
cheap?
The interface to this thing, I wouldn't say it's cheap. It's like a real computer, but it's like a specialized computer.
No, that's what I'm saying. You said I could jerry rig like a human or a common one to this system.
Okay, yeah, no. I guess that's just whether or not the chief is gonna bring you guys a policing computer.
Yeah, I
well,
seen him.
you know what? Yeah, talk to him. Yeah, talk to him.
Yeah,
talk
I
to
seen him bring him like a Pentium 3 like processor and something like super cheap, nothing too big. Or I'm not asking for a
can just
390
ask
here,
him.
all right?
Yeah, we can just ask him for like the equivalent of a laptop, right? It's not
Yeah,
like
yeah,
we're
no,
like
that's fine.
need to
You guys
install
can
a whole
ask him.
thing.
We'll see how it goes. So y'all ring him up, and Kazis goes, "Hey, good. I wasn't expecting you guys to call me back so soon. So, are we setting up this tour?"
Yeah, yes, that's exactly what we called actually. We managed to complete our business a little ahead of schedule. We did run into a small snag though. We really do want you to be able to come and do your tour, but we're gonna need something from you if we're gonna be able to have it all. Well, if we're gonna be able to manage it.
It's a bit. Or what would you need?
We're looking to get a comm interface. It doesn't have to be an expensive one, but the one that we had essentially broke down.
Really? Usually these codes don't require it. It's just usually just entry points.
Yes,
Is
this
there
would be
somebody
more
I-
of a favor. So we're
Um,
essentially asking you for a favor, if you can manage it. If not, that's fine. It's just that we'll have to go.
That's fine. I can't give you any of the police ones. I can give you my own. Just I don't know if that's gonna work for you.
Oh, it'll work. And when we have the ability, when we come back, eventually we'll be able to return the favor. And of course, you'll be able to take your tour.
Oh, all right, that's fine. Wait, no. Will you be taking my computer with you?
Yes, we'll need it.
Oh, I'm not sure I'm comfortable with that.
Give me any
Oh,
spare
well-
any spare ones that are broken, maybe.
Do you have any that are broken? Old ones, even?
No, unfortunately not. No.
Oh, I understand. Well, we would have liked to have given you the tour, but we have to go, unfortunately. But it was good speaking to you, okay? Goodbye.
Oh, all right. Okay.
That was
Guess
really.
I'm on him.
I look at Tony's like, what is wrong with what is that? Was the first thing you say? Hey, I need something from you. Literally the first thing. I thought you were supposed to be smooth.
Well, I mean, did you want to give him the tour and offer nothing in return?
No, I would have said, hey, maybe you could front us or give us some or levy us one from the public since we can't source one publicly since we're on a special mission. If
Let's
you
It's
can,
be
called
honest.
leverage.
He would have
If-
thought any request for a laptop from Black Ops agents with black codes was pretty fucking weird.
that's not
True.
weird.
He's not an idiot.
I don't think that's weird at all. That's like
It
when you
would've
come
been-
in and you commandeer something. Like someone's higher rank comes in and commandeer something from you.
I'm
It would
pretty
be-
sure that the people who have these kind of codes like probably have resources for that, and his internal monologue is probably like, why are they asking a section chief to help them with something they probably have a government contact for?
Yes, remember the code that you gave is basically just like in and out. Hey, don't ask any questions about our passports.
Yeah.
So we
Well,
don't have a comm
listen,
device.
My plan was to use his tour, because obviously he wants it as leverage. For all we know, he might call us back and change his mind in the next 5 minutes or so.
He's like, oh
I
my
mean,
god,
it really did seem like
I
he wanted
really
this.
do want to see you, and I will bring the comm device. I didn't mean he's not gonna do that. We have to go steal one
Gotcha.
now.
But no, Kiachi,
Yes.
do you know where your contacts are?
Yes. They're on. What planet would it be on?
I did actually have this written down. 1 second, let me pull it up.
Wow, you
Sweet.
prepared, Pablo? Nice.
Dude, I mean, like, look, dude. Okay, all the stuff that's happened
Don't get
today.
baited. Don't get
triggering
baited.
word
Let's
to
keep
a
going.
DM.
Solith. It's in the planet of Solith.
The planet Solace. Yeah.
Okay,
Solith.
I mean,
Very, very important that you guys pronounce this right because it's too close to just solar system. It's Solith.
Solith,
Sola?
like Lolith. But with
Solith?
Yes,
S.
Soluth. Just don't mispronounce this one because again, it just sounds too much like our own solar system.
Okay.
So I mean, we don't have to steal a datapad. We can just go to Kiachi's contacts and just ask him for some help. That's how normal people interact with one another. They say,
mean
"Hey,
a-
I'm in
a-
a bind.
A stripper.
Can I have help?"
You want to go ask a stripper for help removing
didn't
magical
just
prison
ask.
collars?
At least
You
I
also
know
knew
my
an orc.
contacts.
You also knew an orc.
Actually,
Right.
Pablo,
Getting a stripper.
outside of my criminal contacts, I do have my family. Just a heads up. Remember?
Oh well, that's a whole bug of fucking.
Yeah,
another
that's
bag of beans, dude.
that's like if we worst case scenario.
Look, guys, all I'm gonna say from a DM standpoint, y'all are picky motherfuckers. Like, there's just a shitload of jobs everywhere, but you're like, I don't know, these shoes are too big.
Hey, it's gotta be the right shader, right? Relax.
Also, we are in a pretty big bind right now. Literally.
We are.
Uh,
I mean,
I mean,
couldn't we also join the I don't know, the race or something? I guess we're already leaving.
Why don't we just
so
sell the
not
ship?
Really.
I say sarcastically.
yeah, so Kiachi, we can just check in with your contacts and then ask them if they can't help us. We can at least just ask them to borrow a comm
Yeah,
interface
yeah, yeah.
so Mace can
That's
contact
not.
us.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
We're traveling halfway across the galaxy to get an iPhone, dude. It's like
Listen.
an iPhone.
why
people
would
did
our
it before.
DM have given us a ship this fast if he didn't want us to do this?
We should just get an Uber Eats and just start delivering fucking things across. Actually, if you think about it, that's a really good way to make some money.
We should just become
Yeah.
a delivery crew.
Yes.
Dude, that's totally
I
fine.
didn't
That's
even
Straight up smuggler.
Wait, that actually is brain blasting right now. Now that I know how fast we go, it's like, wait a second. There's something else we could do.
We're
I
Planet
used to
Express,
smuggle
guys.
shit. If
Look,
this is
guys,
an
if
idea
that's how
Mace
y'all
has-
want to do it, then it'll go from whatever the fuck this is to turning into Han Solo and the Millennial Falcon. It'll have its own set of problems, okay?
How will it have it a problem? We put something on the ship go here, then ship go there. Simple job.
Look, guys, I'm just the DM. Do what you want. Just tell me. what to do.
Actually, logically, now that I bring that up, I'm gonna brain blast that and do bring that to the party and say we could do that. Actually, we have a very fast ship that can go from
I mean,
one to another.
Money.
If that's how you want to do it, That's what the syndicate I was involved with did. I used to be a smuggler.
But do
So
they hate you, like you are kind of hinting at?
They probably
That
won't
might be
hate
some-
him when he comes back with the ship this fast.
Do you
It's
think that they'll
possible.
take the ship? Is that a concern that we have?
I don't
Since-
think that they can take the ship as long as I'm in control of it.
But
Okay.
yeah, you're thinking that in terms. Does your master have any control over you?
No.
Okay, I don't know how Wolfforge works. I was asking.
No,
No.
not
Yeah,
in
you
this
were
case.
smart.
Not in this case. No.
So if there is no chance that we go back to your family and they say, "Well, that's our ship now, SG4."
I mean, if they did, we could just run away. This thing's really fucking fast.
I'm okay with that. I think now that my brain blast moment, we can be smugglers. That's actually
makes
a
a lot of
really
sense.
good use of this ship if you think about it logically.
Okay.
We have plenty of
Do we want-
storage.
Sure, we can go visit
What's your planet called?
my people.
What's your planet called?
What's my planet called?
Oh, shit. Okay, I thought you were talking to All right, here.
I
let
was
me
looking
pull
at
that
the
up.
god. What's his planet called?
It is Korb. The planet name is Korb.
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 Sure. We can go to Corb.
Or wait, we could. I'm kidding. Let's just
All
go
right,
to
is that
Korb.
what we're doing?
We're going to Korb, I guess.
Okay. We took a hard. But you know what? We turned 360 degrees and got the fuck out of there. Okay.
Okay, all right. So you guys are going to Korb then.
Yes.
Yes.
Can we do that?
You know what? I maybe I'm shooting myself in the foot here, but yeah, you absolutely can.
All right, punch in those coordinates, Pentacus, and let's get the F out of here.
As we're heading there, I'm gonna ask it, Safeguard, like anything about the planet, anything that we should know.
Oh, Pentavus or
No,
Safeguard.
I'm at Safeguard.
I mean, to be honest, I wasn't on it all that much because, I mean, I'm not very old. I don't know if you all know how we work, but basically I was created to fulfill a purpose for the syndicate that I used to work for. I didn't spend much time on the planet. I didn't interact with many people outside the syndicate. I just know my creator, and, you know, I have a couple of contacts inside the syndicate that might be able to help, but I don't know how things have changed.
Well,
Yeah,
all
it
How long
right.
were
has
you
been a
in
month,
prison?
so you know.
Yeah.
It. Were you a month or 3 months? I can't remember.
It was like 3 months. Yeah.
3 months. Okay, so some things have changed. Cool.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah. You guys step into the spaceship. It takes Actually, it takes a little bit, like a day to get there. Do you guys want to do anything for that day? Because, like, I get the feeling that we're only gonna have enough time to like do a little bit of preliminary setup when we get to Korb.
I'll be running around the ship, doing crunches, and also it's interfacing with the ship. Okay, that's all I'm doing.
Are you really doing crunches?
Yeah, it's yeah. I do it as kind of like a meditative kind of thing, like to
Your character
focus.
did not strike me as somebody who works out, but okay.
Prison work ass, dude.
Also, my
What else
family.
am I
You don't
doing?
know my family history.
No, I don't. I don't know anything.
I heard from Maze that the ship was able to like materialize stuff. I want to ask it like Pentafus, can you like when you materialize things, do they stay materialized or do they disappear?
Most of the materials that you create do have a limited time to function.
Ah, okay. Is it possible to make one that's longer?
As far as my schematics are concerned, no, we do not have any need for materials that last for any set of permanence.
What?
Can it be modified to make it more permanent?
I am not equipped with those schematics.
Okay. So what can you make, weapon wise and perhaps clothes wise?
Well, he basically explains that he's already given Maze a little breakdown of what he can make, and he does.
Okay.
Your friend
spears and
Maze,
maces.
basically, he would say, ask your friend Maze. He has a better idea of what I can make.
He, excuse me? Excuse me, Pablo?
Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me.
She's in another room,
No, I'm not.
and I hate to bother her.
I'm literally not. I'm running
If
around
you
the
can't-
bridge and doing crunches and looking at the computer ship.
You're invisible to me.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm just telling you where I am.
All right, a little back. So you guys start to float up from out of the warehouse. There's some tarp and junk floating around you. As you guys are setting up to go to Godspeed, you do hear a crackle and Pentavis say that Chief Kazis was speaking to y'all again. Do you guys pick up the phone?
Sure. Why not? I pick it up if I can.
Hello, hi. Yes, so I know that we didn't. It was a bit of a abrupt finishing of our speaking, but we are seeing that you are going through protocols to leave the system. Is everything fine?
Yes. I believe I told you over our last comms that we were in fact leaving.
Oh, all right. I didn't realize that you meant exactly the same moment. Very well. Good luck with whatever you're doing.
Yes. Good luck with you too.
You see crunching in the doing crunches in the background.
Okay. The ride's gonna be a little bit more than the 2 or 3 hours that you took to speed over here, but should we just go straight to Corb, or are you guys gonna be talking some more?
The only thing that I do is that I go to Kachi and I let him know. I'm like, Kachi, if you ever want to talk about anything, my ears are open. Just letting you know.
I look at you for a moment, and kind of like I don't know what to make with this, and I was like, thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, I give you a pat on the knee.
I go and start training in the cargo room.
Pablo, I'll spend most of my time trying to do anything to understand the ship better, to see if I can do anything to manipulate it into like functioning more like a normal ship, so we can better interface with it.
Sure, but you're very limited in what you can do with like no tech at all. Dude, for real, you should have just mugged somebody for their fucking iPhone.
I mean, I did I did say that was an option.
Okay, so you guys go and spend a couple hours in space. Oh, I'm sorry. Safeguard, were you gonna do anything in space?
I'm just piloting, I guess. I'm just sitting with my helmet on.
His VR
Kind of
goggles.
is piloting, but I'm just sitting there, chilling.
I look
Alright.
over. He's in like a
It's
VR
really
chat.
bro.
He's like a human.
Yeah.
I'm walking around.
Oh, well, he's Code Miko now.
Oh
No.
no.
So you guys head off into space, and when you guys jump out of Godspeed, you are greeted by this shiny red marble of swirling clouds and just there's a lot more. Okay, if Quarkopolis was a city of races and you guys could see just a bunch of racetracks circling around, Corb is more of the one casino that you saw, except extrapolated over the size of a continent. The entire planet isn't made up of the city like Quarkopolis was, but there does seem to be one giant epicenter for everything. As you guys do go through, I'm assuming again that Safeguard has directions to go somewhere.
I look at Safeguard.
Right?
Yeah,
Like, I'm
I
assuming,
mean, I assume that like my creator at the very least, I would know what because Pentavis can like call people, right?
yeah, he can call people.
So like so Safeguard would have his creator's like number, I guess. He would have like the syndicate number, and then he would have his like creator's number.
Like an area code.
Yeah.
But the point is, like, I guess I'm asking, you're not going planet side right away. Are you guys just orbiting for now, or like do you go straight to where you guys are at? Like, I'm just getting a little bit.
No, Safeguard puts it in orbit, and then he would. I mean, if you want to have this conversation this session, we can, but I mean, since we only have like 10 minutes left, we might even just want to push it to the next one. But he would.
Yeah, no. There's gonna be something here to push on to the next one.
Okay,
So
yeah, then
you guys are just orbiting and calling him, right?
yeah, and he's calling his creator.
You type in the number. Penavis is, or Mo4 is patching your thing in, and you hear the voice of. Actually, how old is your creator? Like, just general voice age.
Old.
Old. Okay.
Like 17.
He's old.
But Safeguard.
Hi, Elithis. How's it going?
I thought you blew up. You're alive?
Yeah, in a bit of a bind right now, in several ways, actually.
My boy, I wish you didn't have called. No. Where are you right now?
Orbiting Corb.
I'm sorry. And you hear somebody there's a little bit of you just did a voice call, so there wasn't a screen. And you hear a voice that is very recognizable to you. There's that little lilt of the very specific Corbish drow. He goes, Safeguard. So, it seems you're not dead? And this is the voice of who you know as, let me pull up the name, just make sure I'm not mispronouncing it, Haleth. Haleth is, from your memory, the person who basically brokered the deal between your creator and the syndicate. She's basically a syndicate lieutenant. She's a syndicate capo. And she goes, this is most fortunate. I thought that the visit today wouldn't be worth anything, but you're alive. That's quite fortunate.
Well, actually, Haleth, I'm not entirely displeased that you're here because I think I've made some new friends and we might be able to do some work for you in a more efficient manner.
Well, here's the thing. Safeguard. Before we talk about business in that way, we have to talk about debts. And unfortunately for you, you have a very large debt to pay off.
Yeah.
Those were a lot of souls that we lost on your little escapade, Safeguard. A lot of souls. And they were paid off. Somebody has to be paying that price. We were thinking about doing something to your dear old da, but it looks as if the person who's originating that deal is right here with us. What do you think we should do?
It's a pretty good question, Hal. I don't know. How do you feel about letting me work it off for you?
Here's the problem. Working, you live long, but what we need are those souls, and we needed a lot of them. We can try to make a payment plan, but I don't think that's gonna work. If you want to show your face back here, you're gonna have to give us some Warforged souls yourself.
Sure.
And actually, since we're on the topic of that, I'm not exactly sure that you can promise me that yourself right now. So while we might not be getting any Warforged souls from you, at least we can take a rather mundane one from somewhere close by. Well, actually, no. Ah, excuse me, what was his name?
Elithus.
Elithus. Elithus, he's been making you both. I think he has 3 more Warforged souls that we can probably do something with. So, the thing that is going to happen right now is you're going to find us some souls. We'll give you, say, a week. Or else we'll just have to be taking them from somewhere else.
Look, I'm not necessarily that opposed to finding you some souls. But you'll have to get me back on my feet first.
That's not our problem, Safeguard. I'm being very generous right now. You have, it seems, the means to come back here. And it seems as though you do want to be making this deal. All I'm asking is for the 5 you promised. That's not a lot.
I came back here because currently I'm not at full capacity. I can get you the souls, but I need help.
Okay. Roll for persuasion.
I look at Safeguard, I'm just like, this is gonna take much more than what I thought it was gonna be.
Kiachi puts a hand on Safeguard to give him reassurance that he's not alone in this.
I whisper to Safeguard, I say, how much do you care about your dad?
Jeez. I think he shrugs a little bit. This is not a good roll for me, guys, so we'll see how this goes.
I help you by saying, to salt it is. Hit the digits.
Yep.
Ooh.
6.
Just kills your dad right in front of you, like, nope.
And that's on that one.
1, jeez.
We'll let you back on planet side. And that's the best we can do. But you have a week. Or else we'll be paying, not paying, excuse me. We'll be getting ours, one way or another. You know what
Well,
it
Haleth.
is.
Listen, Haleth, before you go, just real quick. The vessel that we have is more than capable of doing the kind of work you're engaged in. I need to be able to meet with Elithus.
And it's a very conspicuous long pause. There's actually some muffled talking behind you, or not behind you, in the background. You can meet with him for an hour. Go back home, see your kin. Hopefully that'll light a fire under your metal ass. And then we'll be talking about souls. Goodbye.
Sure. Have a good day.
Pablo, before that hangs up, can I roll insight to see how shifty this character is? Like, will he stab us in the back if we do anything? Like, even if we do,
You can. Yes, you can. I will actually roll an opposing roll to it too.
I will
I'm gonna roll
assist.
it.
okay, I'll advantage
I'll
that.
roll my own. I'll roll my own as well.
This is gonna have to be a secret roll because I don't want you.
26.
Okay. Well, she's got a pretty big bonus because she's what she is. Oh, nice. She beats it.
Jeez, what the?
26, dude?
No,
Okay.
she rolled really high. Yes, she rolled really high, but this is one of her skills that she actually has. So she beats it. You cannot figure out heads or tails about her.
I look at Safeguard like this, like, hey, Safeguard. So how much do you care about your dad?
Well, considering that he is incredibly intelligent and probably one of our best bets of getting out of these damn collars, more than I did before I got this thing around my neck. Generally, I have a lot of conflicting feelings about my creator, but we have an alright relationship. Look, worst case scenario, we go down there, we talk, things don't go our way, we get the fuck out, alright? Oh, and 23, I have a feeling this is going to be a concern for you. The souls, it's not like killing someone. They just get repurposed and put in another warforged. So it's not the same thing as taking a life.
Oh well, they are gonna take your dad's life. That's just
Wait. The souls aren't souls like stolen?
Under what type of law?
Actually, no. Yeah, you're right. No, once a warforged has a soul, that's the same thing as murdering somebody.
Yeah, but it's not like the soul is getting taken and put in another warforged.
But it's being repurposed.
No.
Yeah,
They're legit just killing your family, dude.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, Safeguard knows what the conditions are. What Safeguard is saying is that if he does this job for them, like, he doesn't really see it. Like, Safeguard doesn't necessarily see this as, like, hardcore.
Oh, hey, guys. Just killing some souls.
You're
No
gonna find
problem.
some other warforged, murder them more or less, but keep like the pure soul, and then like give the. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's it.
I look at 23. Are you okay with this?
That's okay. Technically, souls aren't being destroyed, but you are destroying the individual. But I guess that's the same as destroying a robot. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, exactly.
It would be possible to kidnap your creator.
Well, we've got an hour to discuss it with him.
And that hour is going to be for the. Actually, no, we still got 4 minutes, right?
Yeah, we can keep going. Look, we can go as long as you want, Pablo.
Keep your role playing.
Yeah, we started kind of late, so we can actually roll a bit over if you want.
Yeah, y'all can do this for like maybe 10 more minutes, and it's okay.
I'm saying.
How many souls do you actually owe, Safeguard?
5.
5 fresh, possibly innocent souls that we're refabricating into something else.
This is not. Look.
Sounds like murder to me.
You destroy the chassis, and then you put the soul in a different chassis. However you want to spin it, you can spin it.
Right.
But there's no destruction of a soul.
There's also straight up. Well, there is a destruction in the sense that the soul escapes and then goes to like the fucking ether or whatever. But there is also the chance of just fucking finding some fresh souls and stealing them from wherever, whichever source you want. Oh, New Year's fireworks. Wherever. Well, they're. Shut up, Michael. Wherever they're making them, because there are places that make souls. It's just. Or rival gangs. There's lots of ways to get souls, guys.
So in any way would 23 equivalent this with murder or something worse than murder? Because this sounds kind of like murder.
Depending on where you get the souls.
It really depends. So, I mean, it depends on what we understand happens to souls with biological people. I mean, 20C3 does see that there's a difference between Warforged and people. When you kill people, do we know what happens to the soul? Is like reincarnation canon, or people die and then we don't know what happens to them?
There are some gods that care about the reincarnation thing, but for the most part, once the body is destroyed past any sort of resuscitation, the soul goes to the god, and then just stays with the god or whatever afterlife there is. The only exception to this is if you can do a resurrection spell, which is very, very, very rare, especially in this day and age. Like,
is it possible to download the consciousness of a Warforged, and then when you put the soul into another body, basically re-upload that same consciousness, so that the Warforged just wakes up in a new body?
Here, the way that it's gonna happen is, well, yeah. If you guys can still get the soul and keep the soul intact, probably. And if that soul has never been used until that point.
Yeah, because the soul is the essence of like who the Warforged is. So like,
So what do they? So what do they do with these souls? Is also the question.
From 23's perspective, there's more nuance that happens with the Warforged's death. But that being said, 23 doesn't like assume that it's impossible to kill a Warforged. If you get rid of its soul and I don't know, like
if you're talking about the way, so there is ways to capture the souls. You don't know if the syndicate is talking about that right now. They probably are because they just need the fucking souls, right? But they could also just be talking about like straight up carelessly murdering these Warforged.
Honestly, 23 is more thinking about if there's a way that we can kidnap this whole man.
In a syndicate planet?
Yeah, a syndicate planet maybe has never seen a ship as fast as ours, so...
What do we do, land on top of him and just take him and just get the hell out of there?
I don't know.
Well, we've got an hour to meet with him.
If we can get him on the ship accidentally, it's like Godspeed, boom, gone. I don't know.
But the basic idea is like, if you like, I think the basic idea behind, I mean, well, actually, Safeguard would just say this to you because he knows 23 is probably thinking about it and Maze is trying to be iffy with it. So he's just saying,
look, the deal my creator has with the Syndicate is he creates Warforged as a manifestation of worship for Illustre, our god. The Syndicate gives him the souls to make those Warforged a whole person. Hypothetically, if we could get a soul from an already existing Warforged, keep it intact, and then give it to my creator, whatever Warforged he would create would be the Warforged that inhabited the former chassis. It would be in a creation of his own, though. That might change certain aspects of the chassis, such as the abilities it has, maybe how it thinks about certain things. I know that he imbues them with some sort of religious purpose, for lack of a better saying.
It would be very much a full, almost full reincarnation. Like the soul would
also,
it'd be a different person.
Also, SG4, what exactly does the Syndicate do with these Warforged?
I mean, we have various purposes.
But you work.
Safeguard.
But are you free to leave whenever you want once you're created, or are you under a contract with the Syndicate once you're created?
I mean, the contract is our creator. Look, various Warforged are created for different purposes. The Safeguard Warforged, of which I am one, is more closely tied to Illustre and more closely tied to our creator as well.
So I'm sorry. Let me.
Yes.
I don't mean to cut you off. I'm merely illustrating a point here.
Yes.
You're saying that we are to get souls from a previous inhabit, and we don't have to talk about reincarnation, reconfigured, whatever. But we're essentially selling these souls into slavery, is what you're saying.
Listen. I
Do
honestly
I look like
think
a slave?
Well, it seems like you have to go back onto this planet.
let's
I
calm
don't have to. We could
down.
go right now, Maze.
Oh,
I
okay,
might
great.
not want to.
So Solth it
No.
is. Oh.
Nope, but I don't want to.
Okay,
And there's a difference.
That's
I would
fine.
assume someone as intelligent as you could understand the difference between wanting and having to do something.
Right.
But
I think that we're already discussing non-optimal strategies. It seems
Okay.
like what's really going on here is that your creator is in trouble. We should try to help your creator right now. Now, I understand the reason that we're talking about doing the job is because we don't see any option to help your creator. But let's try to come up with a plan to get him out of his jam before we have to figure out something else. That might make the Syndicate angry, but it seems that already you're in an antagonistic relationship with them.
So 23, are you saying we have to somehow get his creator onto the ship and then leave without harming ourselves? Because you have to realize that the Syndicate owns this planet. SG, I'm correct on that, right? Basically, they own this planet. They must have him guarded, right? He's a pretty valuable target, right? So I don't think it's as easy as swooping in and grabbing him.
I never said that it would be easy, but luckily we have a genius that could come up with a plan.
I see no options in this plan, actually. Besides
Oh.
that. That's
we'll have
how
to find a
dire
genius
they are.
that can help us then. Someone that could come up with a plan.
No, it's
Until
genius.
we find one.
It's genius to know that your plan is stupid. And the
I don't
only
have a
way we can
plan.
do... Exactly. And that's why I'm saying it's stupid. Your plan is to rescue when there's no plan to be had. That's already
I see.
stupid.
It sounds like you're just being negative then. Listen, I
That sounds
don't
short-sighted.
I don't want to argue. The question is it possible to escape? In some calculation, there has to be some possibility of this working out. There has to be a probability. The probability is never 0, but it's never 100 either. So we just need to figure out what the probability is and come up with the best plan that we can for that end. And if we have decided that it's absolutely not possible, then we can discuss something else. But I think that at the very least, we're going to be visiting him. We should check out what the security looks like.
The best probability
Maybe
now
there's a hole in it.
is to go to Solth, actually. Kachi's the key. We just leave and go to Kachi. We'll get a data pad there. That's the most non-antagonistic option. The easiest option, if you think about it. We just go to Kachi. He has contacts, right? We'll go to a stripper, I guess.
Safeguard, I'm assuming that it would bring you at ease to know that your creator is safe, yes?
I mean, there's also the possibility that now that they know I'm alive, they hunt you all down, or at least try to, and they're pretty well connected and might be able to do that.
Well,
But, yeah, I mean, at the very least, look, we agreed to come here. At the very least, let's meet with Elithus and see what he has to say.
agreed. And as far as being hunted, we're already in this situation. Like I
Well-
said, I don't care if we piss them off even more. It seems that they're already plenty pissed off. But they don't know that we're in a Modron ship. They don't know the capacity of this ship. There might be a way to dupe them.
Also, they only know SG4 is hunted. They don't know who we are.
Yeah, but them hunting SG4 is
It's
basically
not like we can get that far away from each other, y'all.
yeah, they're basically that.
Look, all
hunting
I'm
SG4 means
saying-
nothing of the rest of you guys.
All I'm saying,
Even
Out of
if you wanted
character.
to kill me, you'd be killing yourself.
I'm
So,
saying, out of character, I don't see a path where we're gonna get this guy on our ship easily without bloodshed,
no.
or the whatever smuggling soul things you do is an extremely. You can't promise that it's not gonna be bloodshed on that end and also slavery and some. Because I'm assuming the Syndicate doesn't make these androids just to. I just made a cool robot. They can go free now. More like I make you and now I own you and you'll do what I tell you to do, right?
You don't know because you didn't let Safeguard finish explaining.
Right, but
So,
that's the assumption. These syndicate members aren't making souls just out of the goodness of their own heart, right? That's a pretty good assumption to make.
Listen,
have an
all I
assumption.
know is that we should try to help Safeguard's family, okay?
All I'm saying
That's what we
is
should try to do. We should help our goddamn friend, okay?
Well, yeah, I would hope. Okay, here, going off of 23, whether we're going off of the safeguards or the Warforged or whatever, very very real. An old man is gonna be killed in a week if nothing happens.
That's where 23 is, right? An old man's going to be killed. If we can do something to stop that, we should, and that does not necessarily mean playing ball with the Syndicate.
Yes,
Okay.
and again, very much. Apparently, the only people who can save them is you guys. So this isn't even like
someone else to do it.
a maybe thing or whatever. The only recourse that what's it called, Elithus has is you guys bringing these 5 together. Otherwise, he's just gonna die.
Why don't we
mean,
just
'cause
call the
honestly-
Galactic Police and say, hey, some gangs took an old man. You should go save him. He's held hostage.
They'll just kill him. Honestly, it's a goddamn Syndicate. There's a chance that we get these souls, we come back, and they kill all 6 of us.
That's what I'm saying. It's illogical to go down there. We're gonna die. Like, there is no situation where we come out without blood on our hands, which I think is what you're trying to avoid.
By the way, we're going hypotheticals now, but you gotta think of these guys like the Hutts. Yeah, I'm sure that if a galactic police force eventually decides to come over, eventually they're gonna win. But they would have to come in force. It's like the Hutts. It's like the
So
Mexican.
you're
drug
saying
cartel,
they're
like-
extremely strong, and it's gonna be hard as shit to break an old man out of this prison.
No, what I'm
Sure.
saying is it's hard for just calling in one police car to stop these guys. That's not going to be able to help. Or even
Yeah.
like a bunch of police cars.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Even if
And we're comparing us to a police car. We're not a
Well,
police
stop,
car.
stop. Because even if we're comparing it to the whole Hutts or the drug cartels, there are individuals that get over on the Hutts. Literally, Star Wars
Exactly.
was about that.
Yes.
There are individuals that have gotten over on the drug cartels, all right? I can link you a story of a woman whose family was killed and she got a bunch of them put in prison
Right.
on
I
her
saw that.
own.
But we
okay?
have a
We're
we-
talking about just the whole call the police thing. It's just
Yeah.
it's It's much easier for you guys to move around.
That's a
than it
meme.
would be for
I wasn't being
Because,
serious about
look,
that.
Maze is
But-
very quick to say the situation is hopeless, let's just leave. Which really just comes off to the rest of us as cowardice.
No, it's just logical not to be here. There's no point in doing this because no wonder what we do. There's been blood on our hands, which you want to avoid.
If you want to look at it from that perspective, being a criminal in any kind of capacity is always logically not the best, most optimal way of doing things. Always better to stay in the law and probably just like play the stocks or some shit to make a bunch of money.
Basically.
No,
Well,
that's specifically hurting people. Okay, go ahead,
we
Papa.
are
And not
running out
mug
of time.
anyone.
We
Or
can-
kill
we-
anyone
Pablo-
in that.
Pablo-
Guys. All right. These are all good questions. We're going to answer them either off stream or next time. But I think that our adventure for today is closed. Is that about right,
Yes,
Michael?
yes, Pablo.
Okay, cool.
Yes,
Thank you so much
Pablo.
for watching this
Thanks everyone for
very
watching.
weird episode. And
What do you
Michael will bring
mean?
it up on the things on our socials.
Yeah, check us out on YouTube, which I've linked in our bio, on our Instagram and Twitter. I don't have the overlay, but I'll just move to this overlay so you can see it. You can follow us on Twitter at Real Human People and Instagram at Real Human People Doing Things. We stream every week. I think we're gonna stream next week, right? Unless next week's New Year's and you guys don't want to stream.
What day does it fall
It's a
on?
30th. It's a 30th. It's not New Year's.
Oh, I can do next
We're
week.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
we're
we're
here next
fine.
week. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I know it was very conflicting episode with a lot of conflict.
I wonder why.
I wonder why.
Yay.
But
We're
thank
a
you for
bunch
tuning
of
in.
fucking prisoners. All like
And tune in next
All right.
time for the totally not off the rail adventures of AstraRunners. Pablo.
Hey, goodbye. D&D, the advanced stage. We'll see
Hey,
you next
guys,
week.
Bye.